Regal Movie Masters. Unlimited.
This is the Regal Movie Masters Unlimited podcast where we indiscriminately watch every goddamn movie that comes out at the local theaters. The movie masters today are Justine. Hi. Brent.
Hello.
Dylan.
What's up?
And I'm Colin. We got a 3 on the docket, but that's far from the main attraction here. We're talking Boys on the Boat. We're talking Ferrari. And we're talking The Color Purple. But the real thing you want to tune in for is our Q4 tier list, which is coming up at the end. So stick around for that. Before we get started, though, we do have an email from an authorized Fraka, who is, he's sad to hear about our hiatus that's coming up. This is just a reminder, the second to last episode we got to put out for y'all. He suggests that we watch maybe like 1 or 2 movies instead of like all the movies, still put out a weekly podcast. And listen, it ain't the movies themselves. It's the editing and the yada yada, the chatting it up and everything. There's a lot. Listen, we're burnt. That's all I can say. I appreciate the compromise you're willing to take in terms of the flow. But yeah, we gotta at least take a little break here.
At the very least.
At the very least, reformat, so on, so forth. Because yeah, we are certifiably burnt, needless to say. But Fraka comes armed with a question: if we could time travel to any year in cinema and watch every goddamn movie, what would it be? He cites 1999. And listen,
99, okay.
That's well, he brings that up as an example, and I think he brings this up as an example because there's a book written about that year in film. It's like this trending topic that 1999 is like this super dank year for movies. A year which I refute. I think it's a little overstated. Like
what are the examples that are given?
The Matrix, I think American Beauty.
Pass.
When does Ants come out?
Is
that 99?
Best
That's
goddamn
great.
answer.
Hold
ever.
on.
2001?
Yeah, it might be 2001.
Yeah, I think 2001.
99 is celebrated. I'm not like anti 99. I like a lot of those movies.
Get it anti?
But I think it was one of those things like grunge music in 1993.
Right.
Like, yes, those were a lot of like the kind of American indie movies were big and all that, but I kind of feel like maybe those waters were brewing for a long time and then kind of popped in 99. I'm just shooting from the hip here. I don't have all the data in front of me. I'm going to say 77.
All right.
I feel like he's still got a lot of new Hollywood in the air.
Okay.
And of course, he got Star Wars.
Oh.
So you're right at the dawn of the blockbuster.
Yeah.
Jaws is 70. Is that 76 or 77? I have to choose between Jaws or Star Wars. I'm going to take Star Wars in the cinema out the gate. And that is again, I have no data to back this up.
I'm down.
But
cool.
Well, I'm looking up 99 films.
Yes. What are some highlights?
I think you're just you don't get what's there.
Yeah, buried the lead. What do we got?
Analyze this.
Banger.
Banger.
I'm not, again, I cannot
I did enjoy that movie.
I'm not going to tell you that 99 was like a shitty year in movies. I just
You think it's overstated?
It's overstated. I refute this concept of like, oh, you know what was the best year? Like, it wasn't the year that I was working at the video store. I'll tell you that much. Because my fucking boots were on the ground, buddy.
We had a Murder Cycle.
What is Murder
now
Cycle?
You're having fun.
No, that's what came out.
Yeah,
then.
but I'm not saying it didn't, but...
And then your favorite horror movie of all time, The Blair Witch Project.
Right.
And then Existence.
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 You're not saying... I'm not going to say anything wrong about Existence.
Existence, that's it. I can never read it. They make it hard. Why does he make it? For 99, it's really hard. The Bicentennial Man.
Banger.
Yes. Dick, the movie. I'm not calling you names.
What was that movie?
It's about Richard Nixon, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, I should have called it Tricky.
Bowfinger classic right there, dude.
Bowfinger's a banger.
99 was not a bad year. None of the
favorite.
90s were bad
Office Space
years.
99?
Yeah.
But I'm willing to bet that if you said 1994, you would hear some fucking banger titles as well.
That witch movie.
But Ants was 98.
Oh. Okay, 98.
I thought it was 2001.
When does Godzilla come out?
That's
the
got
OG US one.
That's got to be 2000.
Yeah, actual year 2000. Yeah.
It's a good year too.
I'm going to say 2 things I would do.
Okay.
64, because I'm a nerd.
Right.
Yeah.
And then 95, because I'm cool.
What's 64?
Yeah.
It's just like old French New Wave stuff and some like James Bond stuff and
Hit people with like from 64. What movies should maybe 3 movies they should be seeing?
there's Umbrellas of Cherbourg.
Yeah.
The Mary Poppins movie came
Banger.
out.
Oh wow.
Banger.
Goldfinger.
No,
Quiet On?
Bowfinger was 99 actually.
Yeah,
We
Bowfinger.
established that.
Sorry.
You
But
got
yeah,
that confused.
95, we had a classic that we just accidentally watched the other night.
The Highlander 3?
We didn't watch 3.
I know.
Mortal Kombat.
Oh, okay. For sure.
Yeah, it's a good year.
All right.
I'll go inspired by when we talked about the newest Exorcist. There was talk about how awesome it would be to go back
Yeah.
to when the original one broke out. I think Dylan mentioned wanted to see like if the crowd really was freaking out or not, something to that effect. So I'm gonna go 1973 because you got like a nice layer of grime over
Texas
the whole
Chainsaw out 73? Or is that
no, but
Okay.
I'll give you some hitters. We got American Graffiti, The Sting, Serpico, Enter the Dragon, Mean Streets, Badlands, The Wicker Man.
Serpico? You had me at Serpico.
Yeah, Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, great movie. Westworld, that really, like the
Yeah.
it's really awesome. And Cleopatra Jones, so like you still had blaxploitation going. So I
Yeah.
think 73 for me because I was able to live some of the Star Wars, like I'm 47, so like I was able to live some of the Star Wars hype around the 3rd movie
Yeah.
and Empire Strikes Back. So I kind of got that
Some
already.
of.
Yes, some of it, but not the
Yeah.
original, not the OG sensation. So yeah, I think 73 for me.
Dang, now that I'm looking at this 95 list, I chose right.
Yeah. What you got? What you got?
Yeah. Okay, first of all, we have Judge Dredd.
Right.
Ooh,
There's Johnny Mnemonic.
nice.
Darkman 2.
Darkman 2?
Die Hard with a Vengeance. Strange Days.
Yeah.
Damn.
Waterworld.
Waterworld's good.
Saw it in the theaters. Classic.
Hackers. 12 Monkeys.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Saw it in the theaters. Classic.
Let's see. Species.
I may
Natasha
have,
Henstridge?
I may have seen Species in the theaters, and let me tell
definitely
you,
did.
unfucking comfortable. As
GoldenEye.
way too young for that.
Yeah.
Bad Boys. The Net. Oh, Heat. Do you care about that?
There we
Fuck yeah,
go.
you
That's
kidding me?
relevant to what we just watched.
Yes, that was the same director as
Mhm.
Ferrari. Dylan,
Yeah.
come on, man.
I was just looking up year by year just now while you guys were giving your
The
speeches.
history of cinema is
Yeah.
just reviewed.
I was like, 1928 wasn't a bad year.
Okay, I see that.
Yeah.
Starting the
Was a dictator out in 28?
I was also thinking maybe 2020 was a banger year. It's short.
2020 or 1928?
yeah, just like Tenet.
Like three months of films.
Wonder
If
Woman
you don't-
1984.
If you don't count direct to TV movies.
Yeah, and it was like Sonic, Cats, and then
Like that's
we went
how,
into
that's how
lockdown.
burnt out we are. He's just like 2020. It'll be over quick.
No, I looked at 04, and honestly, I'd go back to 04.
That's
A lot of comedies.
Step
right?
Brothers ain't 04, is it?
That's 03.
Step Brothers? No,
Yeah.
Step Brothers is like 08, dude.
All right. Well, what's
You're
04
thinking
then?
of I just saw it.
Drop some jewels.
You're thinking of
some,
Anchorman.
Drop some.
That's 04.
Oh, fucking respect.
We got Anchorman. We got your favorite, The Village, dude.
Banger.
We got not the OG Punisher, but the John Travolta Punisher, which was also really funny. Got Team America. It's the height of comedy right there, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
In
this was-
cinema, not just that one,
Right.
but we have Thunderbirds, that forgotten classic.
Jesus,
Yeah, remember that?
because that was like a live action version of the puppets.
Right.
Complicated.
And it has what's his name in it? The Mandarin.
Ben Kingsley.
Yeah, it has Sir Ben Kingsley in the Thunderbirds movie. We got Troy and the Dawn of the Dead remake.
Man,
Collateral, the Tom Cruise, Jamie Foxx vehicle. That was a good one.
sounds like a very Dylan year. I can
Shark
respect
Tale.
this.
That was a good year. I'm telling you, dude. I was like, what year was I in the theater a lot for? And I was like, I'm looking
Yeah.
at this now. It's like, yeah, I remember seeing The Butterfly Effect in theaters
Ashton Kutcher. Right?
and The Terminal and The Incredibles. Yes, Ashton Kutcher.
What was your like for that year? What was your standout film if you had to recommend people see only one?
Probably looking at that list
Yeah.
at the time, if I had to put myself back in 04,
Okay.
The Incredibles.
Nice.
Pixar's
You can't really mess with that.
But I like The Terminal, dude. That's a good film featuring Tom Hanks. You
That's
can watch
a-
that whole thing in parts, like really sped up on like TikTok if you find the right account.
Is that
Right?
Yeah,
that's the one where he's like, my wife.
that's Borat.
But he's like, he talks like that in Terminal, right?
Oh yeah, he has like a Russian accent or something, and he's like, "I just want to see band that my dad wanted, like, or something." And they're like, "You can't go out in America. You're illegal here, technically."
My wife.
And then he calls someone a wiggle boy.
Yes.
Yeah, later on in life.
Yeah, I guess that was.
It's all blending together.
Yeah, that was his training for the big event.
Yeah.
We're living in the past.
Yes.
Dylan,
Yes.
what are about the present? What are the 3 movies we're talking? What's the first movie we're talking about today?
What are the 3 movies about the past that we're talking about today?
Realistically, you're not wrong. Anywho, the first movie on, what would you call it? A docket?
The docket.
Yeah. We'll talk about The Boys in the Boat.
First movie.
Yeah.
All right.
During the height of the Great Depression, members of the rowing team at the University of Washington get thrust into the spotlight as they compete for gold at the 1936 Olympics in Berlin. Features Colin Turner as Joe Rance, Joel Edgerton as Coach Ulbrichtsen, and Hitler. Features directed by George Clooney.
I was hoping you wasn't directed by Hitler because
No.
I have some very negative feelings towards that man.
I do too, but I will say, in this movie, I like how they make him cartoony.
Yeah, I didn't know this was a Clooney joint.
I didn't know until his name
Oh, you
popped
didn't?
up.
No.
Oh, I kind of knew that going in.
Man,
Yeah.
I enjoyed this movie. This was such this when I say that my favorite genre of movies is movies. If you want to know what a fucking movie is, it's a bunch of guys trying to row a boat and beat Hitler. This is such a movie. Very like old folk friendly. I think we had a lot of
old people.
a lot of gray hair in the audience for ours.
Really?
Yeah, and just I don't know, like a very like general audience movie.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing that feels exclusionary, I guess. I don't know. Nothing to keep it off of TBS at 2 p.m. on a Saturday. But I don't know. When they're well crafted enough, they're entertaining enough. You kind of can just go along with it and not really get your feelings hurt one way or the other. And I don't know. I enjoyed it sincerely.
I guess it did a really strange thing, which is like it's the backdrop is World War II.
Right.
They
Technically,
just said something about the Great Depression.
I think I don't know.
I think, isn't it pre-World War II?
yeah, we
Yeah.
hadn't entered in yet.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's like that's
Right.
there, and somehow it's just this lighthearted,
Yeah.
kind of. It just stays so in its own lane. There's like peppering of that sort of stuff. They have to talk about Jesse Owens, but kind of just because they have to.
Yeah, like a true like cameo.
Yeah,
Hi, I'm Jesse Owens. I ran really fast, and I
Bye.
got to do some things to make America like me. Anyways, bye.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they can't like ignore that he was there,
Yeah.
but super non-controversial.
Yeah. If you put us up against Nazis, who's going to argue that as far as putting a bad guy in?
I know.
You know what's crazy?
Go on.
I was waiting for the Nazis the entire time.
Yeah.
Because it starts off with 2 different races, and you're like, that was about the Nazis. And then they show up in the last quarter. And then you're like, oh, there's Hitler. Okay. So there is Nazis in here.
He's really Hitlering it up too.
Yeah,
Like,
he was like bug-eyed and like mad.
like if I were to enter a impression of Hitler contest, that's probably how I'd act. Winner gets $50. Das Leuten befeuchten. They'd probably do something like he did in the movie.
Did the Animaniacs ever draw it?
I think Wacko like
Damn.
hits him over the head with a hammer.
Yeah.
And then gives him a big kiss.
How we win one World War II?
Yeah. Then the
Yakko,
nurse comes
Wacko,
out.
and Dot came in.
I did not know George Clooney directed this.
Oh, yeah.
That's interesting.
Got his sensibilities, you know, if you look at his career and just the stuff that he tends to be into. He really likes that era, but not the crappy parts. You know, so like, I mean, it reminded me like, remember when he did "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou"? Kind of, you know,
Yeah.
just kind of like old timey. He likes showing like the whimsical side of times past without really getting too far.
He directed
into
that?
it.
No,
No,
but
but he was a star in it, you know. But yeah, I mean, and just like you look at his work, he's always kind of just played, like you said, played like those broad general audience type things, you know?
I guess there's a craft to that without seeming like demeaning or pandering. It didn't feel like he's like, oh, I'm gonna make this fucking slop for these fucking schmucks
Not
to
at
gobble
all.
up.
Not at all.
I feel like
if he's gonna put time into something, it's, you know what I mean, like he wants to do it.
yeah,
Was it Spielbergy?
Yeah, in the sense, maybe not in terms of craft, like it's not shot in the way that like old timey movies are shot.
But
How
in the
Spielberg
spirit
do it,
of,
but
for
like
sure.
in terms of putting out something very family friendly, but also kind of serious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
This is his first directed film? Or
I don't know.
I didn't look that up.
I don't think so. I think he had something in the OOs. I remember seeing, but I don't recall offhand. I should have looked it up.
I was like surprised how many people were in attendance at our showing, and like I think when we showed up, they were like, "Well, here's the seats." Like a bunch of people. We're like, "Oh, geez, okay, well, that's the wrong showing. Put us to this one."
Wow.
And they showed us ours, and it was still like very crowded. Like who knows about the boys on the boat? And right, did I just like miss the boys on the boat train? But I guess if you just want to have like a movie you could take anyone to that isn't part of some crazy franchise and it isn't a genre thing. Yeah, this is one of those movies that's made to dominate the holidays, I would imagine.
Okay, so the movies I was thinking of were Good Night and Good Luck and Leatherheads in the 2000s. But then the one that I think, I don't know, the one people talk about the most maybe would be either The Ides of March or The Monuments Men.
Leatherheads is funny.
Yeah.
That's the same. That is the same movie.
Yeah.
Playing sports ball and
Whimsical.
old timey times.
Yeah.
I liked the parts where they're rowing, and I kept thinking something was going to go wrong. This film was so suspenseful because they make it look like something's going to happen and nothing happens.
Yeah, a lot of like close-ups of I don't know the technical term for the little hole where the oar goes through, and they keep showing it like it's going to snap.
Yeah,
because that's what you do in a movie. If we're in a spaceship and I show you like a close-up of a little latch,
the bolt is like wiggling really hard.
Yeah, that latch is going to break off. It's Chekhov's latch, but they keep showing the little hole where the oar goes through. But no, it's fine the whole time.
Yeah, don't worry. It's nail biting.
Or like when the guy that's commanding all the guys or just like keeps hitting the side, but they show just him hitting the side, like his hand and stuff. You're like, fuck, they're gonna tip over the goddamn boat. That's so
it's like he's
stupid.
getting real mad at them. He's gonna. No, that's just what he's supposed to do. Okay,
Yeah.
Never mind.
That was cool. That weird like S&M like horn thing they put on his mouth.
Strap it on.
I feel like there are certain clubs in certain districts in certain cities where that would that funnel thing over your mouth would have a very different purpose. But didn't hear that here. Okay, so the boys on the boat. Do we set sail on this one, or are we going to sink this one to the bottom of the ocean? I'll set sail on it. It's a real simple one. It's a real underhanded pitch of a feel-good movie, a little bit inspiring. Not going to lie. I watched it and I was like, you know what? I want to participate in physical activity.
Oh.
Not boats at all.
You're gonna boat row? Like, we're for real?
No, and that's smart to do boat stuff because it's not like you could tell me anything about boating and I'll be like, yeah, it's just like that. row faster than the other guys. For the finish line to win. Like, damn. He's really coaching him.
Oh, damn.
He's cooking. Never thought of that. The other guys are going to go slower. You go faster than them and cross the finish line ahead of them. That's the strategy. I'm your coach. I'm going to yell at you more. Like, damn. Yeah, I'm not gonna question these strategies.
I'm sorry. You know, it's just they did the same plan every time.
Yeah,
was don't put all your energy in. Just do it halfway through.
And they won every time.
Yeah, they won every single time.
And I feel like there wasn't that much rowing going on back then. It wasn't all commercial like it is now.
Back in the day.
Yeah, maybe this was like a new strategy.
There was the other coach. When the scene where they're like the coaches are on the dock and they're like telling them when that one guy is like hang out and then go fast, the other coach is like, you're gonna want to get ahead of Washington and then stay ahead of
Damn, that's a good strategy. That's a good strategy.
Win.
Start out winning, but make sure you continue to win.
Yes.
So they lose.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say this is a set sail for me.
Yeah. Set sail, even though they don't have sails on any of these boats. It was fun to watch. I think that rowing stuff is kind of cool and fun to watch, and I would like to do it if it wasn't outdoors. It was just kind of lighthearted, easy to watch. Everybody enjoyed it in our theater, and there was tons of people in there too. It's fine.
Definitely set sail. I like George Clooney stuff. When I just was looking at it and thinking about stuff that I've seen him in. Apparently, there was a movie in 2020 called The Midnight Sky that he directed, that was nominated for Best Visual Effects.
Oh,
at
he
the
was
Oscars.
something about him on a microphone.
Oh yeah, that one.
I recall the trailer for it.
Yeah,
I think that was it. That's all I got.
And
yeah.
he was Batman at some point.
Yeah.
There you go.
You know that?
Well, I was only reminded of that recently
Wow.
in the Flash.
Just now.
Yeah, just now actually. I'd forgotten. Since,
Yeah, yes.
No, I'd never forget George Clooney as Batman. I like George Clooney. I'm gonna hot take.
Yeah.
I like George Clooney.
Yeah, I'll abide by that.
I'll set sail. Those boys were in those boats. Say that for
were.
sure.
And you know what else? What you can't say is there's no women in no boats. There was
Okay,
like one.
yeah.
woman,
No,
there was like one woman and like two black people in this whole
Exact,
movie. If
yeah.
you love white people and you love men,
This movie's for you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
this
brings
is-
a girl on a boat once.
I was.
that's true. That is facts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does take her on.
Like
But there's
isolated.
like one black woman watching the show.
They
and then-
zero in on her like it's a black guy at a Republican convention.
Right.
They go so
Right.
out of their way to
Right.
show that lady watching those boat races. It was the 30s. What are they going to lie?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I guess.
And then the other was Jesse Owens. So
yeah. And then you mentioned the Bechdel test at some point.
gloriously failed.
Yeah, really
If you're gonna fail it, bomb it.
F minus. And this is
Yeah.
not our first one. This is not our only movie on this list that will immaculately fail with flying colors. The Bechdel test. We'll get to that in a minute.
Speaking of the 30s, Colin, you know what was happening during the when the boys were on the boat?
A whole lot of singing.
A whole lot of depressing singing. You got the new Color Purple remake. Well, I don't know. It does happen in the 30s. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Colin brought that up to me. I didn't realize it.
Yeah, it was like when you watch Boys in the Boat, just remember that this segment of the film is happening at the same time.
Yeah, you could have it on split screen.
Yeah, it's crazy. The Color Purple. Torn apart from her sister and her children, Celie faces many hardships in life, including an abusive husband. With support from a sultry singer named Shug Avery, as well as her stand-her-ground stepdaughter, Celie ultimately finds extraordinary strength in the unbreakable bonds of a new kind of sisterhood. Features Fantasia Barrino as Celie, Taraji P. Henson as Shug Avery, Coleman Domingo as Mr., Corey Hawkins as Harpo, Danielle Brooks as Sophia, Haley Bailey as the young Nettie, Sierra as Nettie, Felicia Pearl Posse as young Sally, and it's directed by Blitz Bazawul.
I did watch the original before watching this and confirmed that I had not seen it before. And I was like very moved watching the original. And this is not a remake. When there was Street Fighter 2, the game, the movie, and then they made a game of the movie. This is the book that got turned into the movie.
Turned
That got
into
turned
Broadway.
Play, and this is a presentation of that.
That's not what I read.
That's not a what did you read?
That the play is based on the novel,
Right.
and then this is based on the play.
Yeah.
There's nothing to do with the movie in there.
It seems hard, especially in film form, to not see it influenced or informed by the original
Sure, but
movie.
it's not a remake.
It is
of
not a remake.
that.
It is an adaptation
Of
of
the
an
play.
adaptation of an adaptation.
Yes.
And if you want to say that the play took from the movie and took from the book and not the movie, that's fine. Though I have a hard time imagining there's a lot of music numbers in the book. This is Little Shop of Horrors did this. There was the original movie, and then they did a play, and then they did a movie of it. It's somewhat common, so it's not as weird, but it definitely feels weird. And again, as seeing the original with fresh eyes, the original movie that is, it's like a really touching film. It's again, talk about Spielberg and just having that fucking magic of like making you believe. He just believes in what he's doing so much, and you believe it because he believes it. And the characterization, he's able to kind of get into the generational trauma of that Jim Crow era, and it's an amazing accomplishment, the original movie. And I was genuinely moved by, especially like Whoopi Goldberg. Like, I mean, I think she won the Oscar that year. Yeah, she was incredible in it, and I did not see any of that magic in this movie. I kind of feel like they took out a lot of those character development moments and replaced them with songs, and they sort of sucked out, I don't know, a lot of that technique. And again, this is the second D Spielbergified film we've seen this year. They took him out of Indiana Jones, and we saw how well that did. And then you take him out of The Color Purple. Again, a different take on it, respectfully. But yeah, I think he was missed in this one as well.
He produced it, but
Well,
he didn't direct it.
We all know damn well. He signed off on that one. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not really fun to. It seems like it's a movie for an older crowd, like a church lady, like wear a big hat to a racetrack kind of crowd, and that's fine. Let him have a movie. But yeah, I can't say this one worked for me.
I saw it by myself and like a couple of different groups of ladies, maybe women of a certain age who remember that movie.
Right.
And I really liked The Color Purple, the original movie. I don't know why I saw it so much as a child, but I saw it
I
a
did
lot.
too,
Like I knew
yeah.
all the words when we
Yeah.
rewatched it and
Yeah.
stuff. And it's good. And I saw this, and it's also good.
You liked
It's just
it?
different. Like it really felt and really seemed to me like an adaptation of the play. I assume I have never
Right.
seen the play, but is 100% a musical, and it's presented as a musical with the story of The Color Purple as kind of the story.
Right.
But you know, a musical isn't really about the story; it's about showing you songs, and a lot of the numbers even seemed really theatrical. Like they changed the sets, and you know, the part where they're singing about love, and suddenly there's a big stage, and the part where Suge is singing in the bathtub. Those are cool scenes. Like they just seem like very musically. And it's kind of the same way, like in that, I know I say Chicago kind of a lot, but it's
Okay.
like the movie that I know is like based on a musical that I think is successful because it's just a film adaptation of a musical.
Yeah.
The numbers are big. It's about the songs. You know, there's a story, but it's not so much about that. So I don't lament the absence of the story so much because I don't think that that's the point of it, I guess. The point of it is to be a musical with this good story, but it's certainly not fleshed out, you know. I don't think it could be in a musical.
Yeah, I don't think that kind of character depth lends itself to song and dance numbers.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
I don't know. I don't think the music really worked for me though. I didn't think I really had a fun the jazz hands razzle dazzle fun times. I didn't really feel that during this. Did you like the songs?
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, not all of them, but especially the razzle dazzle jazz hand. That's like musicals to me. I mean, like there's two kinds, I guess. There's that, and then there's like the wicked belting out kind of musicals, you know. And I like that jazzy stuff. I like all the choreography, like a bunch of different people. I was thinking while watching it, man, Wonka is a failure.
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
stark difference.
It's something to say that I forgot there was another musical we watched just like
Yes.
2 weeks ago,
and it's supposed to be a musical. and-
immediately got flushed from my brain.
And so that is like that I think is what happens when you try too much to do too much story in there, but then like you're like half doing both or not really half doing any of it, but like not doing any part of it well. And this I think sacrificed the story, if you want to call it that, for more like a stage production feel to it. And I thought that was fine. I did think some of the music was a little weak. I thought the big numbers and the fun ones were good. And then I guess Fantasia's song at the end is supposed to be like the big one,
Right.
but it wasn't the best one to me. The style of music I like. I think you just have to like appreciate this style of music. If you don't, I don't know if you could see it for like the visuals, maybe. But I think as a whole, you kind of just have to enjoy that sort of thing.
I like that you liked it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you don't like this sort of stuff, if you
Yeah.
don't like this style of music, if you don't like this era of like storytelling, it's not going to speak to you in any way.
I probably had a recency bias because I did just watch that the original before seeing it, so I was just like that was so fresh in my head.
Yeah, you can't
So,
really compare the
fair
two
enough.
fairly, But you can also see where they obviously took some things from it. But I think that's just because how could you not? Like, if you're going to make a Color Purple musical adaptation and not make any reference or give any nods to the original, that would be weirder than them, taking a little bit from it. And little cameos.
From?
Hoopy.
Yeah, she's still here.
Did you and your audience react to that?
Nobody said anything.
Oh.
I did. I was like, oh, look, they put her right in there, right up front.
Yeah.
They're not hiding her at all. I didn't know who it was. I heard there was supposed to be a cameo, and I was like, don't tell me. And then I saw her, and I was like, oh, that's not even like an Easter egg, really. She's just like in it.
Oprah wasn't going to show up.
No.
I don't know why.
What if it was like Lawrence Fishburne?
Yeah, see, that would have been cool.
It would have
Like,
been nice.
I'm back.
Morpheus is in this movie?
Okay. So the original movie, the Spielberg one, that came out either the first year or the second year where as a kid I started consuming a ton of media, and that film got a lot of criticism because it wasn't as true to the book as people had wanted it to be. But of course, yeah, like not like you're saying, Colin, like all these years later now, like you watch the original and you're like, oh wow, this is really great.
The definitive.
Yeah, yeah. And interesting back then too was it was such a phenomenon that our book club in school, you could order the book, so I was just seeing the poster everywhere, so I was like, let me check out the book. So I was like a preteen reading the book. And oh my god, that was a lot. You talk about how things kind of shape how you turn out. I'm pretty sure that one factored in quite a bit. So yeah, I saw the movie after I'd read the book, and I don't remember what I thought of the movie at the time. I did, like Colin, I rewatched it, and it's a lot better than I remember it being when I was a kid. And in terms of the new one, yeah, I mean, I like your point, Justine, about how these movies aren't trying to be the book necessarily. And so if you look at them that way, maybe if somebody's moved by the movies, they would actually go back and read Alice Walker's book, and that would be a good thing. I wasn't as offended or not interested as Colin in terms of like the musical aspect. I liked a lot of the voices. I thought it was pretty well done in that regard. There's like a weird, like how they managed their time in this thing. I felt like the third act just kind of like the speed at which that went, in the narrative, like shifted dramatically, and it didn't match up with the first 2/3. But I mean, overall, kind of like in the middle on this one.
Does she
for
have
sure.
a pants store in the book? Because
Oh,
it's a hat store in the movie.
Yeah.
I'm asking you to go back to middle school. I know
Yeah.
it's
Oh, no,
unfair.
you're asking me to go back to like elementary.
In the movie, she has a pants.
Yeah.
In both
Yeah.
They're
things,
both
she has a
hats?
pants.
I thought I swore it was hats, but I'm good.
It does say Seeley's
Okay.
hats or something.
Okay.
But her pants are what put her on them.
She has pants
Right.
too. But that's one thing the musical did a better job of. They just tell you different stuff. I imagine the movie is a rather sanitized version of the novel, and that the musical is a rather extra sanitized version of
Yes,
that.
'cause it has to play on Broadway.
So they sidestep a lot of the
Yes.
controversial things, let's say, or more uncomfortable subject matter. Yeah, so that they can kind of flesh it out with the more entertaining.
Yeah, like a
pieces
couple
of it.
years later, I saw RoboCop. You know what I mean? It was just like I was screwed from the start.
Yeah, so I don't know. I did think that it was neat that you got to see different things come out of this one that were taken out of the movie, and vice versa, really.
Dylan, you were singing and dancing and clapping your hands. We went together.
Clapping my hands,
Yeah.
singing and dancing.
You were really thrilled to watch this.
I was actually having a good time.
Oh, were we wholly alone watching this on a date?
No, there was people there. You were just screaming on the top of your lungs
Oh,
about
yeah.
how much
You were
did
just being
like.
inconsiderate.
Yeah, there was like
That makes
maybe
sense.
5 other guys there. And
Really?
You were like,
In
Colin's
one
like,
row.
what the fuck is happening?
No, there was no one there. Am I
Yeah,
right?
no, it was completely
Okay.
empty. It was a desolate theater.
Did you get to yell?
Yeah, we were
Well,
yelling.
it's not a fun movie to yell at. What are we gonna do?
No, but I'm saying it is fun to yell at the movies. We've done
Yeah,
this
but
before.
not this movie.
No, we were yelling like at each other more than like, what the fuck is happening? It was
Yeah.
more like,
Respect.
or I would turn to Colin and be like, so that's Oprah's character? Because
Yes.
the
Yeah,
movie's
yeah.
really loud. It's like, okay, wait a minute. Okay, so then like, who is that? Is that Lawrence Fishburne? I think. That's the yelling in which was taking place.
It's awesome.
I thought the film was good. Like I wasn't hating on it as much as someone in my ear was, but like I told Colin this though. I will say like I am like a big hater, not of musicals. Like I don't mind musicals at all, but I don't like the production musicals have.
Like the audio quality.
Yeah, for some reason
Down with that,
it always sounds like they're in two different rooms,
Yep.
and one in which is like being recorded outside of the room,
Right.
which is the band's.
And I think this is a kind of especially a weird batch of songs because it's rooted in like soul music and gospel music, all these kind of styles that are pretty raw production wise. And so when you hear the jazz hands versions of kind of raw styles of music, it's
Takes away a lot of the essence.
a little odd.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But, you know, again, it's for
because the
a
vocals
Broadway
are clean,
kind of crowd.
Yeah.
and then like the instrumentals are again taken away. But that's just my only gripe, and that's not just this movie. It's a lot of other musicals that I always hear like that. But I thought it was fine overall. Like I wasn't mad. I will say I did see parts of the original Color Purple, maybe like 1/3. That's why I was confused on a lot of things that were happening. But I don't know. I wasn't mad. I wish her was used a lot more because she.
You know, one line of song the whole
Yeah,
movie.
and she sings like as a profession.
Who was she?
She's the girl.
Squeak.
Yeah. She like sings for reals. She gives like one little line, and then she just sits around the rest of the movie. She does act like she does have like actual lines, sorta. Who does she fight?
Fight. Oh,
She starts fighting someone.
the guy with the H name.
Not
the bar.
Harpo.
Oh,
It's not Harpo?
No,
I thought that's her
that's her-
husband.
It's her boy. Yeah.
but the lady that Harpo has a kid with.
Yeah, Oprah.
Yeah, that's all I remember. I didn't want to say Oprah.
Sophia.
Sophia.
Yeah, she fights her, I think.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah,
right. Okay.
but it's like that's all she does. I'm like, damn, well, she can't do a lot. You got the singer in your one movie. You don't do anything with
she
her.
got pretty big billing in the trailers too.
Really?
Yeah, she's like
Yeah.
number 6 or 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
And
like,
I didn't recognize Sierra. She doesn't even get to sing on her own, does she? She just sings
think
as like
it's-
part of that group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe one line, you know, of like when they're trading off or whatever.
you know what I said to Colin when Sierra showed up? I was so taken back because in my mind I made up. I don't know why I made this up. In my mind, I was like, Alicia Keys comes out in the end.
Oh, damn.
And then Sierra comes out. I was like looking at her.
Yeah,
And I was like, that's Sierra. And then I had to look it up. I was like, holy shit, why did they get Sierra? I felt like that role was gonna be for sure Alicia Keys.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I made that up in my mind going in. So I was like, okay, fair, I suppose, random.
I know they were like throwing around a lot of names
Okay.
Yeah.
for a while because everyone was like, "Oh, Beyonce," and then
Oh, that'd be cool.
like, "You're not gonna get Beyonce." Come on, don't be like that.
Yeah, her last acting role was in Goldmember.
No. Lion King, brother.
Oh, my bad. Okay, fair enough.
Doesn't count. But you know, Taraji P Henson, I was surprised. She has a great voice.
Icon.
Yeah.
A legend. Oh,
Suge.
you'll know her as the girl from Baby Boy.
Oh, I know. I just didn't hear what you said. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Colin was like, "Who the fuck is that? Why would you hire her?" I was like, "Dude, she's a legend, brother."
No. I will not be slandered in this way. No,
Sure.
No Taraji P. Henson distaste. The color purple. Are you going to give this one the color green for go, or the color red for stop? I just didn't like the movie. I don't know. One of those didn't work for me situations. So I'll give it the color red, respectfully, just coming out of bias.
Not a yellow.
No, I think it's a red. Respectfully, I gave 2 options. It's a false binary, but we're still going with it.
Green light. This. You know what I do wish? I wish it was called something else. I wish it wasn't
Yeah.
the color purple.
Yes.
Call it like Miss Seeley, you know,
Yeah.
and then it's like based on the novel Color Purple by Alice Walker. Okay, now you're completely removing your like expectations for it to be like the movie, and you're just seeing a musical take.
You just
on
sold
the
me
film.
on a film that I unsold myself on.
I
Yes,
can't, I
there we
can't
go.
believe that not one single person at the studio, the production company, I mean, she just throws that off the cuff like, you know what,
Yeah.
they should just call it Miss Seeley.
Well,
and
they
everybody
want-
goes, oh, yeah.
They want because no one knows what Miss Seeley is, and everyone knows the
Exactly.
color purple. It's a name recognition thing.
Did you know what Wonka was?
Yeah, I know that they probably were afraid of that, but you know, green light overall, I liked it.
Dang, green light. Yeah, I'm gonna go green light for Miss Seeley. That makes my rating much easier. If I just look at this movie as Miss Seeley, then it's definitely a green light.
I'd give it a green light. I thought it was pretty good. I liked it.
Speaking of lights,
Yes.
traffic lights.
They don't exist in this world.
Vroom, vroom.
Yeah,
Does it exist in
Yeah,
Italy?
they did. They mentioned a green light in the
In Italy?
Yes, they did.
Crazy.
It's one of the colors of their flag. They have to.
Yeah, but not in light form.
No, they mentioned it once.
Oh, there
They
is
didn't-
a
they didn't
green light. Fair. He does. He's like, God fucking damn it.
I was trying to talk to you.
Shut up.
The light turned green.
Shut up. The light turned green. That's what he sounds like, right?
Yeah.
So what we're talking about is this movie Ferrari. During the summer of 1957, bankruptcy looms over the company that Enzo Ferrari and his wife built 10 years earlier. He decides to roll the dice and wager it all on the iconic Mile Miglia. I don't know what they call it. What do they call it?
Oh, the race?
Milo Yiannopoulos is the race that they call it.
I hate you so much. Miglia?
Mason Margiela.
I hate you, Colin. The iconic race that happened in this movie. A treacherous 1,000-mile race across Italy. It features Adam Driver as Enzo Ferrari, Penelope Cruz as Laura Ferrari, Shailene Woodley as Lena Lardi, Gabriel Leon as Alfonso de Pordago, Patrick Dempsey, he's in the movie, and it's directed by Michael Mann.
Look, I went after Priscilla really hard. I was mean to the movie Priscilla. Said Priscilla was not a movie. It was a fashion advertisement, and it was just a lookbook for Lana Del Rey fans. And I was mean to it. I'm going to be fair and balanced and equal in all things and say that Ferrari is also not a movie. It is a mood board for either men who can afford Ferraris or men who aspire to be afford Ferraris. It is just a lot of old-timey cars, and it's barely there is technically a plot, but it's nothing that you couldn't glean from reading a Wikipedia entry. It's just an excuse to show shit that rich old guys like. And you
liked it. You loved it.
Well, that's the thing. That's funny enough. I am closer to the demographic of Ferrari than I am for Priscilla. And I was bagging on Priscilla, or I may be being even fair and saying, you know what? If you like looking at pretty old dresses, you can watch that movie. It's fine. I'm not mad at you. Give them something. And this movie is closer to my demographic, and I did enjoy the movie. I liked it. But you could watch this movie on mute. You could have it in the background. You could just look at the stuff on screen and be like, oh, that's some cool stuff. There's Adam Driver. He says, book of the Beppo, my life is stressful. Blah. One guy died at the race. 2 guys died in the race. Yeah. Anyways, I don't know. There's not much of a movie here, but there is, again, if you're a middle-aged man, a cough. There's a lot of middle-aged man stuff to look at on screen. I'm fine with that. Again, this is Priscilla for old men. That's what I'm saying. Not a movie.
Not a movie.
Yeah, I gotta say it's not a movie. It's kind of strange. I don't know what is the point of the story to be about Ferrari the man. Is the point of the story to be about the race?
I could talk about that with you.
Well,
the answer is yes, but weakly, because the first half of that movie, none of your business, none of my business, none of nobody's business. Second half, I'm like, okay, they finally went hard with this. That's like what I wanted to see out of a movie called Ferrari.
Yeah.
There's actual racing, there's some drama.
Yeah, it just seemed really non-committal for everything that it seemed like they were trying to do. Lots of time spent with Penelope Cruz, who was the second best part of this movie.
What would you put as the best part?
Just the race at the end.
Yeah.
When you actually get to see them doing anything.
All the fucking gore, the Cannibal Corpse record cover.
Gnarly.
It is so jarring.
Yeah.
You're watching this slow movie where you're like, all right, whatever. Okay, I don't care who any of these people are.
Nothing to do with
and
me.
And then all of a sudden, someone gets taken out.
In all fairness, back to my point, you know what old guys like to look at is just some fucked up car wrecks.
So the first thing you see is the one guy and he's like, let the tires warm up or whatever, and then he goes flying through the air like a rag doll, and you're like, what? minutes, and then he dies.
Yeah.
And then so you've got that out of your system. And if you don't know the story, the historical facts of the race, when you see that thing in the road, you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
You don't expect it to do what it does.
Well, seasoned cinephiles who have seen Billy Madison and they see the banana peel in the road
yes.
that they keep pulling back to, they know there's going to be technical film term, the O'Doyle rules moment of the film is going to be when the banana peel in question or the little piece of wood on the ground or whatever comes into play.
I see your Billy Madison, and I raise you hot rod in terms of like the trajectory of bodies flying off of motorized vehicles.
Yeah. That was wild. Because then it's like, oh, okay, so they're going to show you, a wreck. No, they're going to show you like
A slaughter.
taking out these people.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, wow. So it's just going to show, no, then you're going to see like legs and stuff just in the street.
It just looms there, just like a face that has been dragged across concrete.
Legitimately swamped in gore.
Yeah. So you're not expecting that at all. That comes out of nowhere. See, but that part of the movie is like, it's sad. It's more interesting though, because it's like this is what they do, and he says it a couple of times, where he's like, "We race. That's what we do."
Yeah.
So okay, show me the racing man. Show me the guy that started out racing and his life as a race car aficionado, and then this is why he does this in his work. It's just too much other stuff.
In the movie's defense, they do a good job establishing stakes. They show, hey, you need to win the race to get the money, to get your company going, and you're under a lot of stress in your personal life. So there is that level of suspense, I guess you could say. You are invested in the film, in the race. It's not just winning a race to get number one for number one's sake. You see how what's at stake ultimately. But I think you wind up with the same issue that like a Barbie has, where they'll let you take little pot shots at the corporate executive guys, but ultimately, what is the name of the movie? That is the brand. Mm-hmm. It's a fucking commercial. They're not going to really let you get into the reeds of, either telling I'm just going to assume you're not telling the truth, A, and B, you're certainly not going to do anything to not sell the brand. So it's like, maybe you'll show this horrific gore scene, but, it's going to be couched in a way of like, well, these guys were doing what they loved, and they're heroes and everything, and they saved Italy or whatever the fuck. So, that's any movie you're walking into with a brand as a title, that brand is Top Gun. They're not going to let you use those fucking ships in your movie. If you're like, hey, America sucks, they're going to have to fillet the people who are allowing them to make the film. And I know that there's going to be some filleting involved, because if there wasn't, there wouldn't be a fucking movie. So, it would just be called Car Guy or something.
I don't know. And then I read later that so he ended up selling the company anyway, and there was like fallout from that big crash. He was charged with like manslaughter for, I don't know, his role in whatever. And these things would have been more interesting.
Yeah, but again, these don't sell cars to
I
old
know.
guys.
That's what I'm saying. Like the things that would have been more interesting kind of were, polished out. And then that was my other big, like, a glaring problem with this. It's like, we have to win this race because publicity, right? It's not like they need money.
Yeah.
You don't win prize money that they were going after. It was just, we win the race, and then people are like, this car is cool.
Yeah,
and
they'll
buy
invest
it.
in the
They'll be able
company.
to sell 400 production cars, ideally, to keep them afloat. Yeah.
And then the fact that they win is so buried in the movie.
Right.
You barely notice that they won the race. It's Patrick Dempsey that wins, who you don't know his name. You just know he's part of the
he's
Ferrari
the
team.
old Book of the Beppo. This guy's the old
The
racer.
Silver
He's
Fox.
fast.
He has white hair. Get it? Like, whatever. That's how you know that it's him. And then he wins, and it's just overshadowed by the fact that there was this crash. So you don't even get they did it.
Wouldn't that be true to life, though?
What?
Like an absolute massacre of 19 people. Wouldn't that overshadow a race victory?
It was 9 people.
I thought it was 19.
It was 9 people and like
Felt like
4
nine
If
Two
it was
kids.
one, it would be. I mean,
I know, but there was a
we
bunch of
saw
kids.
the documentary Gran Turismo. We know how this works out.
Yeah, no one remembers who won that one. They remember a man dies.
2023
Facts.
racing movies have one lesson to teach us: don't fucking stand on the side
Stand
of a
right
goddamn
Get on the side of the
racetrack.
road, you idiot.
Don't do that. Watch that shit at home. They're going really fast. There's something that could go wrong.
Yeah, you don't
So
want to get
yeah,
close
at least
to
this
that.
was a year of morality in film.
I don't know. It's weird though because I can close my eyes and I can see Patrick Dempsey shaking the champagne.
Yeah, for
and-
like again 10 seconds if that
Well, how
of
much
runtime.
do you want more?
Yeah, because the whole thing is like we have to win this race. If
I
that's
thought it was
the conceit,
going
you
back to
know.
your original point, it felt to me more like a portrait of the man, and like the trials and tribulations. So like it's like a jambalaya. You're just putting a bunch in the pot.
But that's what was my other problem. Oppenheimer had that problem.
Yes.
Where it's like if you want to show me about the guy, then show me the guy.
Right.
There's no like internal monologue there. You don't
Right.
know anything about him. You're just seeing the things that he's doing, and his like. I'm sure it's not Adam Driver's fault, but like, where is the acting?
It took me. In a weird way. I'm kind of glad they just burned the first half of the movie, which is crap that had nothing to do with us, nothing to do with me, because I've noticed that a lot of times with a lot of Adam Driver roles, I have to get warmed up to him playing that character. I don't accept him right away. I'm always like, all right, there's Adam Driver dicking around.
It's just they have him
okay.
just being this like flat. He's
Yeah.
just so flat. In
Come
this
with me.
movie.
We got to do this thing. Let's do the thing. Do
Yeah.
it and do it well. Do race car fast.
There's never any like there. Okay, I mean you could be like, oh, but he cries at the. Okay, first of all,
Oh my god.
there's like he's not crying. You just
Right.
know that he's crying at the thing, and then he's never like, oh, he's being vulnerable here or whatever. He's just kind of always the same, and so you don't
Enzo
really
build the wall. Enzo closed
Yeah,
off.
that's why I can't act. I can't do it.
Historical, accurate, bad acting.
Yeah, I don't know. That was a bummer. Penelope Cruz does an amazing job.
Yeah,
She's
chopped
really
it
good
up.
in this.
Yeah, who knew she could play an angry lady? Well, incredible range.
No, but she's good.
Of course.
And that was another funny thing because I looked her up and I was like, wow, they didn't find someone that looks remotely like his in real life. That's pretty rude.
Again, how
But if
do
you got the opportunity to cast Penelope Cruz, I mean, you're just gonna
well,
do
yeah.
it.
You don't sell cars to old guys if you show him hanging out with, a woman that's his own age.
That was actually the line where I bought into Adam Driver in this movie. It took a while. The line was, Jaguar races only to sell cars. I sell cars only to be racing. And I was like, okay, this is where it's going to get really interesting. And we're going to like really get into what motivates this man. And, you get a little bit of that, but
Yeah.
it doesn't like fully lean into it like it could have.
Have you ever seen that movie where Adam Driver is in it?
Star Wars.
Colin talks about it a
65.
lot.
Star Wars. The
Star Wars.
The Darth Maul saga.
He's good in that.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Oh, it's
saying.
Kylo? He's Kylo.
I don't blame Adam Driver.
Is he
It's
Italian
just-
in that?
Yes.
He is the son of Harrison Ford and
Very
Carrie Fisher.
Yep.
canonically.
He's Ben Solo.
So like, yeah,
There's no Italy.
huh?
There's no Italy.
There's no Italy in space?
Well, it is. It's just far away.
But we don't
It's
know.
a galaxy that's
But
far
it
away.
could
There's
be
no
like,
Italy.
Yeah, but
Marvel-
they got warp speed. And
It
light
could be
speed.
Marvel rules, like
Yeah.
he gets abducted, then gets broken into different galaxies from Italy or New Jersey, depending on wherever.
Well, he was in your favorite Italian film of all time,
Girls.
This one, Ferrari.
Gucci.
House of Gucci. He is really good in House of Gucci. He plays the same exact character.
That's the weird thing is like I immediately buy him as Kylo Ren, but every other movie I see him in, I'm like, all right. I gotta
This is
give
Adam
him
Driver
the-
being
go-
someone.
Yeah.
Well, because when he has to play a different guy, like when he's not American, he sounds fucking crazy.
That's a good
crazy.
point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he might be picking roles that are like intentionally complicated.
No, I like the film. Story wise, I get it. I don't want to see him as a little boy racing a car, but I was confused on why it's called Ferrari. It should have been called whatever the race is called, featuring.
It's not
Ferrari.
Le Mans, is it?
No,
It's not Le Mans.
Mila.
Yeah, something.
Mila
Miglia.
Miglia.
Mila
1,000
Jovovich.
miles or
Yeah, because
something
it
like
says
that.
what I have says like Milli Magnia in proper English terms,
Right.
but I don't know what it says. I don't know how to say it in Italy, but it should have been called Dead Ass. That race, whatever, Milli Magnia,
Mm-hmm.
and the Ferrari cars.
like a band, like a garage band.
like a team.
Dude, that was really funny too. How they had to keep zooming in on the emblems so that you could differentiate the red cars.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
no,
was important.
That was the best part of the movie when he doesn't want that actress lady to be there, but she's
Right.
there anyway. And he looks, because they're like taking pictures in front of the car, and he kind of scoots her toward him. And you're
Yes.
like, oh, he grabbed her. No, she
No.
she was blocking the
Blocking the logo.
Ferrari logo.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So this is the other movie that horrendously failed the Bechdel test.
Oh yeah, just a big old F. And at one point, two women do talk, but they're just talking about it's just the
Boy
the
child.
mom.
They're just
yelling at-
yammering.
No, they're talking about the Ferrari, so they have to talk about something that isn't a man. And yeah,
Yeah, they're
Just-
pissed.
again, and I cannot stress enough. How do you make that? No middle-aged man who can afford a Ferrari wants to see two broads yapping.
But do they
don't waste your
want to
time
see a
with it.
car crash happen?
Fuck yeah!
Oh fuck yeah!
Why do you
I
think they
don't know.
watch fucking race? What do you think anyone watches racing?
We saw a commercial for something wild, like high speed chases. Was
Oh,
that
right.
like
On
a
the
whole
Pluto like
channel.
Yeah, if you're watching, we stayed at a hotel room and watched some hotel TV, which is the best TV.
Oh, I love
and they're just
hotel
like
TV.
car crashes on Pluto TV.
Oh, that
there's a whole
sounds-
channel of just California
No joke.
car
My
races.
palms are sweaty. I want to watch it.
Bro,
That sounds pretty sick.
get the Pluto app and just watch the car
High
chase
speed,
channel.
Yeah.
So Ferrari, is this? Are we revving up our engines for this, or are we just gonna put a tarp on it and sit it in the garage? I'll rev up the engine again. This is a complete bias because this is just Boy Priscilla. This is all this is. It's not a movie. It's just stuff to look at. I liked looking at the stuff. It was fine, but it's not a movie. It's like a bad movie. But again, I'm a middle-aged man. They show me stuff middle-aged men like.
Man with money.
I'm gonna like it. I don't have Ferrari money.
Lot of rich money.
I don't have Ferrari money, but I aspire to have Ferrari money. It's aspirational. Probably there's like 29-year-old kids that could watch this and be like, that's going to be me one day. I'm going to have a really high stress life and have all these fucking cars.
That was me.
Aspirational.
I'm a 29-year-old kid saying I want a really high stress.
Yeah.
Stoked on fucking up my personal life.
Bro, at what fucking dorm room doesn't have a goddamn Scarface poster hanging in it? And that's for the same reason.
Yeah, but that's
It's
for
like,
different reasons.
Anyway, it's a bad movie, but I like looking at it. I'm fine.
I guess, yeah, I don't know. Keep the tarp on it until you're gonna race it for real. This movie was it was disappointing. I do think I'm gonna give it a what? Rev it up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
'Cause you were sipping on high octane haterade when we came out
Oh
of the
yeah,
theater.
for
Oh,
sure.
damn,
I was
I
like,
want-
I know, I was so stoked
raving
for
on
it.
But
If it's supposed to look good, then why doesn't it look good? If it's supposed to look good, then why doesn't it look good? Show me some interior decorating.
I told you this, that I am a fan of this era of Italy. I respect the
Italians?
Italian design of everything, and I was so disappointed.
Are you a
by
Michael Mann
this.
fan?
No.
Okay, yeah, because see this, all right. Finish up, and then I'll go. Yeah, I'll put this on.
So we're talking about like let's say from like an historical immersion. I didn't get that.
No, yeah.
Kind of until the racing again, when you get to see like the city and all the people that are around and stuff. You're really not spending that much time in the environment of Ferrari and them. It's like there's a country house and then there's his like living room or his office or something. It just wasn't very convincing, I guess. And so the most interesting part is the racing. And I like all of the drone shots of the countryside where they're racing. And I think the idea of a super long race is kind of cool too. So, you get the suspense of the cars trying to both get in the same bend and whatnot. And that's a fun part. And so I would say it's worth it to see that if you're interested in that sort of thing. But overall, yeah, I agree. Not a good movie. But there's some parts that are pretty cool. That's all.
All right, respect.
All right, so just do donuts in the parking lot for the first hour, then walk in, and then that is where you start the movie, and you could rev it up and be good to go. In terms of a Michael Mann movie, I really liked I guess even parts of the first half, because a lot of Michael Mann stuff, I really like how he works with light. And in this one, you see the characters moving out of dark and light quite a bit. And what really struck me about this versus a lot of movies we've seen, and It's basically the polar opposite of a Kevin Smith movie where it's just a static shot of two characters just kind of right next to each other. The movement in this movie is really cool. It's uniquely Michael Mann in a lot of ways. So that was nice to see again on the big screen. But yeah, like I'm with Justine on the fact that this movie didn't really know what it wanted to do at all. It was just like, we're just going to do a movie about Ferrari. What, the cars? Yeah. What about the guy? Yeah, the guy too. You know, and it's just, I don't know, like for some reason that what happens in the first half just is of no consequence to what goes down in the second half. Yeah, you understand that his life is chaotic. He's a bit of a mess. You know, he's going bankrupt, this type of thing. But that doesn't really like, I don't know. There's no arc that really grabs you. You know,
I think maybe it's not like he would lose the race if those things weren't on stake.
Right.
It's not like, oh, well, if my company's on the line, fuck it, we'll lose. Like he'd want to win the race anyways.
Right.
Yeah.
So having all this stuff built around winning the race doesn't matter. If it's like, yeah, it's a fucking
Thank
race.
you.
You'd want to win it. This isn't it's not like you're making some sacrifice outside of the racing thing.
Perfect way of putting it. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, just whip your car around the block a few times, miss as much of the first half as you can, and like the second half, I think really delivers in terms of at least watching once and going, oh my god, look what he did, because it was cool.
They probably gave that fool a Ferrari. Like I don't have.
As if he doesn't have.
I don't got Ferrari money. Well, that's just it. See, I don't got Ferrari money, but I do got sneaker money. And there's shit that I would do for sneakers that I wouldn't do for money.
Yeah.
Or it's like if you were to give me a pair of sneakers on top of it, that I'd probably do it. So this was probably some shit where they're just like, bro, I know you like these things. We'll give you a really fucking cool one. We'll give you like a super one-off or whatever. The highest of the echelons. Because they put you on lists and shit.
Do you know if there was like direct involvement from Ferrari?
Yeah, there was.
Okay.
And, like the son had something to do with it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I gave that fool a Ferrari. Dylan, what do you think?
Well, I had a quick question, Colin. What
What's
would you
up?
do for shoes?
You don't want to know.
I kind of want to know. That's
I
why I
don't
asked.
know.
Oh, that's a
I
weird
hope
gesture
it depends
you're
on the
making right
shoe.
now.
What
Of
would you do?
course. No, if it was, I'm saying there are things that a person in life likes that transcend money. And it's like, you want to, hey, fucking the legend who made fucking Heat, come and make a commercial for our brand. I don't know. But if it's a brand that he likes and they're going to give him some extra shit that he wouldn't be able to buy with money, that's how you get fucking.
Do you
Michael
think
Mann to make a
Cronenberg, they're
movie.
just like giving him like just tons of fashionable clothes to make all those like weird commercials?
His
that he
girl
does?
does do the fucking costuming for all that shit. So yeah, they're hooking him up. Yeah, maybe he probably, because I just saw that Air Max 180 commercial he did in the 90s.
That was amazing.
Bro, they gave him some Nikes for that. So he got
That's what he does.
Some
for
$100
sneakers.
pair of Nikes.
Yeah.
They paid him in shoe.
Just like straight up,
I
like
guess
because
80, depending on
basic
the
stock.
Yeah. Gonna float you some Nikes, Cronenberg. Everyone Googled Air Max 180 Cronenberg commercial. Have your life changed.
Yeah, it'll
I
blow
was-
your fucking mind.
I was sad that it took me this long to see that. Dylan, what do you think?
All right, but still, you haven't answered my question.
Oh,
What would you do for whatever shoe you wanted?
Name a set that he like his grill.
No, yeah.
What's your grill?
Oh, I don't know. What's your grill?
Well, it's
Some
weird.
gold Jordan 1s or something?
No, it's weird. It's like the Dizzy Rascal Air Max 180. Like, who gives a shit? I wouldn't trust it anyways. The things I really want in the sneaker world they'd probably be fake.
All right.
But if Nike directly was like gonna give me something,
No, hold on. So I have right now in my room a pair of New Balance, the Baklava.
we were okay. That's
All right, I have it in my room right now.
But again,
what would you
that's
do for that?
I can buy that shoe for $500.
I know, but if you
I
could
wanted
just do
it.
something that's
But you
less-
said some things like transcend money.
I know,
Yes.
but that's not one of those things. That's a shoe I really want, but
yes, okay, so
it's
but,
not a shoe that I can't buy.
I
It'd
know.
have to be some shit like, a PE or something
But
like
what
that.
if I'm saying like, there's some labor you can do. It'll maybe take an hour.
I don't know. I guess like
And you don't have to leave the house.
yeah.
An hour in the house.
Damn, now it's getting real sketchy.
Yeah. In a room somewhere.
Again,
whichever
it
one.
would depend on what it was. I'll say this much: I wouldn't bend that much for that shoe because I could just buy that shoe. There's some things I will bend on, but that shoe. But
I think like the spirit of what you're saying is like it's more of like the grind to get it, right?
well, it's about again Ferrari. You're talking about things that are incredibly exclusive, and it's like if you care about that,
It's just like you finally you're on the friends and family list to
Yes.
be
For
given the
Ferraris.
opportunity to get
yes.
this shoe. Or
Yeah,
this car.
so I'm just saying he's getting. I don't have. Yeah, I guess I don't care that much. There's nothing like that you can completely break on, but it's an incentive. You incentivize.
I'm
You
trying to
incentivize
incentivize you.
Michael Mann to make your
Yes.
movie by giving him a fucking Ferrari.
Anyway, I'll give it a go.
Rev?
Yeah,
I'll
rev it up.
I'll rev up my engine, ready, set, go. You know what I'm saying? And Ferrari, vroom, vroom. I will say they messed up on the soundtrack. They needed more like Initial D sounding. Gran
was
Turismo,
thinking-
the PS1 game soundtrack.
Okay.
It'd be incredible, like hard Euro beat, just
Yeah.
every time
Oh my
they're driving.
God. That would
He's
work
so-
with a Michael Mann movie.
It's
too.
all like like
they're racing specifically.
Yeah.
What do they
No,
call
they
it?
don't have to be racing. They could just be walking.
It's
They could
all
be
like
chilling in Italy. You know what I mean?
the Ave Maria gondola music during the first half, and then once they start racing,
Oh my God,
He's
that's
so
the movie
hard.
I need.
When the movie gets good.
yeah, just
Yeah.
start just hard Euro beat.
Yeah, 4 on the floor, just fucking cold steel fucking beats.
When this movie is available on streaming, let's remix that motherfucker. That'd
Kinda
be
down.
so good. Dang.
It's time for our fourth quarter tier list to go over the rules again. The rankings are S tier. And that's the highest you can go, but this is a hypothetical S tier. There is a ranking higher than S tier that is purely illusory. It is for films that are like, classics. No movie that came out this year can be in that tier. So when we say something's S tier, we're not comparing it to, 2001: A Space Odyssey or something. We're saying it's S tier for apples to apples here. A tier is great, a great movie. B is pretty good. A C tier has some redeeming qualities. D tier is just a general waste of time. And then an F is true kill it with fire tier. And we got like 50-ish movies to get through that we have seen. This is just for October, November, December, right?
Yeah.
I think we have 50-ish movies to get through. So we'll find Justine, you want to do the averages? Okay, so then we'll have our own personal ratings, and then we're going to give you the average ratings that each of these films will get. So there's individuals, and then the official tiers. And boy, do we got a lot of movies to get through. We'll go in the order that they came out in, at least, I believe. So starting off, it's October. What happens in October, Dylan?
You know what they say, dude? When it's Halloween, it's Saw, baby.
And we had Saw X this Halloween. I'm gonna Dylan, closer. Could you leave the room for a second?
If it's anything that's not an S or A,
Can you put the
I'm gonna
machine
fucking
down?
throw something at you. I'm gonna throw a fucking saw blade at your head.
Yeah.
I have to be perfectly honest. I'm gonna lose some friends this time.
All right.
And I'm willing to lose friends for the truth. That is my ethics, and I'm going to say that this film is B tier. It is pretty good.
Okay.
It is a really fun movie. In terms of Saw movies, they get so insanely dragged down by their own continuity. This one's just good fun. I liked it. It's a B tier.
I'm giving it a C. It's mostly bad, but there's some redeeming qualities because it's funny.
You just don't remember it.
That's about it. I also have to admit that some of them blur together, but I think some of the traps, they're not traps, right?
It's just murder.
Yeah.
No, they're traps, but technically.
The problem with this one is that they repeat you got 30 seconds to cut this thing out of your stomach.
Yeah.
And then they're like 30 seconds. He cut the thing out of the stomach and then put it in a little box. And then he cuts his things out of his stomach. He goes through all the pain of it. It's like 29 seconds and it's out and you're trying to drop it on the little thing and then you die.
Yeah.
So multiple times in this movie, they have to go through all the BS of getting out of the trap. And then they lose on a technicality.
Yeah, realistically, that one girl does survive, then the lady kills her. But that's the bad lady, technically.
Yeah.
But it's also a
lady.
fucking Saw movie, so
Yeah,
he
no one
needs to-
survives.
He needs to brush up on some stuff where it's like, do I have 3 minutes to complete the task or to do the random stuff that you want me to do? I don't know. If you're sucking bone marrow for 3 minutes and you don't drip the last drop, that's not fair. Anyway, C.
Yeah, this is the Saw installment that really drives the point home. Like, hey, don't hesitate. Just start doing it right away or just give up and die. But ultimately, this is a C Saw.
Colin?
Yes, Dylan.
What does Saw start with?
It starts with John Kramer.
Yes.
The mind of a genius
Yes.
and his drive to make people appreciate their life. That's what it starts with.
Starts with John Kramer,
Yes.
Billy the Puppet,
Well, yeah, I guess.
Saw,
There's unborn kid.
Saw X, Saw, S.A.,
Yes.
S tier.
Okay.
Amazing.
Saw 11, Saw XI. Can't wait. They
Well,
just,
there's Spiral too.
yeah, I know, but
Wait, is that announced?
Yeah. I think there's Bofa.
oh, there's gonna be a Bofa.
I think it's a Bofa.
Oh my
situation.
God, 2024 is the year.
That's
we
when
should
the
have
hiatus
done.
ends.
We should have done this stupid podcast now.
Yeah, we should have started it now.
God damn it.
October to October.
Right.
Yeah, who
Or no,
cares?
just October and October.
We'll come back for a very special Saw episode.
So
I'm
what's-
down. Yeah.
What's our average here?
It's a B.
Okay.
Damn.
Next up, we have The Creator, a original sci-fi idea from Star Wars Man. I loved this movie. I thought it was really good. It's an original idea, good execution, looks great for what it is. I enjoyed it thoroughly. It's an A-tier film. It is great.
I initially kind of couldn't remember some of it if I was going to give it a B or an A, but then just was remembering the visuals and how just impressive and like
The battle scenes,
innovative.
the tech,
Yeah,
the robots.
It's really cool.
On a budget.
I think the technical aspects of it really elevate it like more than maybe like the story. So I'm gonna say A. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I also have to go A on this one solely because if you go with the same director and you go with the recently issued director's cut of Rogue One, I technically have to go A on this one just because S tier for Gareth, it would be like Rogue One director's cut.
I had to give it some thoughts. I had to reread my Letterboxd review. I have to also give this one an A. I remember the visual effects, like of the fucking robot people heads, like being fucking sick because it never looked shitty to me, anyways. And like those little robot guys that they hang out with look sick. I don't know. It's fucking cool. Anyway, I give it an A.
Dumb Money.
Oh wait, was there? I guess it's A.
Yeah,
huh?
unanimous A.
A unanimous A.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute.
Straight A's.
Yeah.
Dumb Money, a movie aptly named about the GameStop stuff.
Yeah, stonks.
Sure. It was bad. Is it a D or an F?
Can I guess?
It's a,
You guess what he's
Did-
thinking about?
Yeah.
Paul Dano was in it.
Yeah.
D for Dano. There we go. It's a D
Okay.
tier.
All right.
I did not see this.
Yeah, I think like with a few exceptions, anything that's kind of based on history and especially recent history, I'm just default giving an F. I did not enjoy this. It was like maybe 2 or 3 years removed from the actual event, which was over publicized to begin with. So I don't think this needed to exist. Straight F.
Yeah, I think event might be the most favorable part of what you just said.
I remember this one pretty well too. I remember being in the theater with Colin, both enjoying it, Colin laughing. I'd give it a B, which is
We round down.
Yes.
It's a D.
Okay.
D for Dano.
Carlos, the Santana story. I watched this alone in an empty theater. I'm the sole decider of what this movie gets.
Can I guess?
Go for
That's
it.
for Santana.
I really liked this movie. It's
C for Carlos?
No, he's gonna go A or B.
it's an A or B.
Yeah.
I think it's a B ultimately.
Okay.
But it
Okay.
is, I mean, just because it's a music doc, and I feel like that's kind of playing on a handicap.
Yeah, you can't go too high on a music doc unless it's extraordinary.
Yeah, and I was really surprised because I don't much care for the music of Santana, but he came off so cool in this movie. Some of the techniques they used were pretty unique for a music documentary. It wasn't just a bunch of it wasn't like Henry Rollins talking about the first time he heard Santana or whatever. It wasn't the same rotating group of talking heads that talk on all these movies. It was just kind of an intimate story of this guy's life, and he came out really cool. I think he individually is pretty cool. It'd be nice if he knew more than one guitar solo, but I'm not going to hold him to that. We don't count Stop Making Sense, do we?
I mean, what did I give that? I gave
it an S. If you give it anything lower, then you're not a fan, dude.
You know what? I gave it an A.
I mean, we didn't. Yeah,
Yeah, you're
that's
not
a
paying.
I
reissue.
only loved it.
You're not going to count it? Sorry, David Byrne.
No, it's a reissue.
Sorry, other
We're
guys.
not
from the
counting
top.
Nightmare Before Christmas or Dawn of the Dead either. They're reissues.
Then why'd you put that in there?
It was an accident.
Oh.
The Exorcist, Believer. Jeez, is it a? It's a bad, but is it a D or a C? I'm between a D and a C. I think I'm going to be really nice and say C, even though it's basically a D. But I just remember, I remember enjoying it. So if I didn't walk away disgusted,
Was it
that
one of
means-
those movies where you're like, yeah, I love exploitation? You know, like
not even that. It was just like, oh, this is going to be a piece of shit. Oh, hey, look at that. It's a piece of shit.
so
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few cool parts. I mean, I walked out of the theater feeling okay about it. So Exorcist Believer, I'm going to put it as a C. Very favorably.
I gave it a D. Maybe for the reasons that you were thinking of giving it a D. I was just, it wasn't even a very good one of these kind of movies. And it didn't do anything new. I like when they do something a little bit special. And this didn't have any of that.
But there was two of them. That's pretty special. The first one is one. This time there's two.
Oh, yeah. And no demon representation. There was no demons.
They show up at the end. They look like a Dark Souls character. It's good.
Or a Hunger Games character.
I passed on this one.
You did?
Yeah.
Wow. Exorcist Believer. I believed a B was good enough for this one.
We're the kindest people to ever review this film.
And it ended up as a C.
Nice.
The Royal Hotel, that Australian thing. I didn't like the movie. Yeah, that's probably a flip of Exorcist, where it's probably a C, but I just remember really disliking it. I think I'm calling it a D. I did not care because I didn't care. D.
Yeah, this is actually pretty solid D. It was actually bad. But you were saying, but the suspense was okay, and I think that was the only thing I was on maybe. Basically, I just wasn't super offended, so I gave it a D, but it is bad.
Yeah, this is a hard D. That's a big waste of Julia Garner's talent, and they really dropped the ball on that one.
You know what Australia starts with?
Shut the fuck up.
A bunch of criminals from England.
An A. But you know what's after A? B. So I have to give this one a B.
He did it again.
Yeah, because I thought it was pretty good. I don't know. I had a good time. The
That's
suspenseful stuff, I'm like, shit, that sucks.
So it's a 1.5.
That'd be a 1.
We round down at 5?
Yeah. It's at 0.5 we round down. That's like the whole thing.
Yeah, it's been harsh.
All right, well, then it's a D.
That's goddamn right.
Is right.
Ooh, even that B couldn't save it.
When Evil Lurks, easy S.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
easy S.
No
The
further
easiest
elaboration.
as possible. Yeah.
Give that one an F. So I didn't see it, so I can't really give it. But since I didn't see it, I have to give it an NA for no answer.
Oh my
so you
God.
can't really tell me that.
Dude, I'm actually, this is weird.
You're jealous?
No, I'm excited for you to see it.
Yeah, wait, that's weird. You'll watch foreign language films at home, but I don't know. You'll always find a way to weasel out of them in the theater.
No, I saw one in theaters.
I know you did.
But I think it's a rough time for me in terms of scheduling
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
for the last 5 months.
Yeah.
That's a unanimous S?
Yeah.
You're
That was so easy.
goddamn right. Paw Patrol, the mighty movie. C tier. It's a fine little kids movie for kids.
Yeah, I also gave it a C.
C for children.
I passed on it, but I do remember hearing the report about the young child that screamed, "Star!"
Yeah.
Sky.
Or Sky. Okay, yeah.
I'll give it an S. Didn't see it, but I know it's an S tier.
Oh, I thought you saw it. Well,
Dang, she was writing it
it's
down.
a C.
All right. Brent, take us home. Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour.
Oh, God, don't murder me, Swifties, but it's a B.
Oh, that's not bad. I thought you were going to give it an S for Swift.
It's just a little too long.
Oh,
You know,
well,
it
she
was-
has a lot of bangers.
That's the
A lot
only
of
problem
eras.
with it.
That is the only problem with it. Definitely the only problem with it.
Sorry.
Dude, I'm not trying to get murdered, okay?
Only problem. It's
Yeah.
a little bit too long.
Yeah.
That's
I'm not trying to get murdered.
these freaks, that's enough to still get you crucified.
Yep.
She Came to Me. I loved this movie. Do I love it in S tier? I don't think so. I think it's an A tier. But if you said S, I wouldn't be mad at you. Really great writing on this. Great performances. This is my kind of movie. Bougie. The bougie ass movie. I liked it. A tier.
Yeah, I also gave it an A. Just like a really well-rounded movie, which is kind of surprising.
I missed this one. You saw it, right?
You didn't see this one?
Dang.
Again, the same reason like when Evil Lurks, I was like, I'm shocked that you didn't see it.
Schedules.
Yeah, schedules, dude.
I had to give this one, Colin, I'm very sorry. Very sorry. I had to give this one an S tier. Thought it was really good. I liked it a lot. That's all I could say.
I'm not mad at that decision at all.
Yes.
It lands on an A.
Nice. Damn, 2 A's and an S mixing an A.
Yeah, we ran down. It's harsh.
You got to round down.
Justine, you hold these films in your hand. The fate of these films. Strange Way of Life with the Human Voice. The short films.
Yeah, so Strange Way of Life is the one that came out this year. The Human Voice actually came out last year. They just kind of paired them because you can't have a 30-minute movie at the movies and have people pay $18 or whatever. I gave it a B. I know a lot of people thought it was really great, but story-wise, it's not really there, but the acting is good.
Killers of the Flower Moon. Who directed this one?
It's like George or Martin Scorsese.
S. Scorsese.
What does that last name start with? That's an S tier.
Oh.
Slam dunk. I love that.
I was gonna say M. That's Martin.
Phenomenal film. Loved it.
I gave it an A. That's all.
To use one of Colin's phrases from the past year, Martin Scorsese is that bitch. This was an S. Very easy S.
I wouldn't say he's a bitch. Dude.
He's that bitch.
I'd say he's that guy. He's that man.
I love that he has a daughter who's into TikTok that would explain.
And then forces him to be.
He's
in the
calling
TikTok.
me a bitch. No, Dad.
No,
that
like you're the
bitch.
boss
That's a good
bitch, but I'm not a bitch.
thing. Yeah. She'd explain it to him.
Yeah, she probably did. Like well enough for him to even. Anyway, I have to agree with Justine here in A.
Oh, 4.5. Sorry.
That's
that
an
becomes
A.
an A.
No problem there.
You know what? Comfortable with it.
You know what? Just go ahead and put that one up. Just make that an S.
No.
Just this the one time. The one time you can.
This
Oh, yeah,
one
there's an
deserves a
exception to
round
the rule.
up.
Yeah, that's
this is
the exception.
the one exception to the rule.
Yeah, just force this one to be an S tier.
The Other Zoe. This is a schlocky romantic comedy, but I think I don't know. I remember enjoying myself during it. I'll call it a C.
Well, I gave it a B because it
Nice.
was exactly what it was supposed to be. And again, yeah, I kind of enjoyed it during it. It's dumb, but it's like fine.
I feel like you like these movies maybe more than you realize.
No, I like some of these movies when they're done properly. It's not even that it's a good movie. It's just that it does what it's supposed to do.
I just find
well.
I find you always rating these movies almost consistently.
Like what?
As an S.
The Celine Dion one.
Oh, that was a hilarious movie.
Yeah, I know.
That was great. Yeah, I like to be amused, and this was amusing enough. It's a B.
I gotta go D on it. Didn't do anything for me.
Did not see it.
Then it's C.
Okay.
Hey.
Yeah, right in the middle.
I have a note from Dylan here. What did you mean when you said arf, 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 arf?
Well, good thing you're not dating a
Arf.
Freddy Fazbear
Arf,
because
arf.
Freddy Five Bears
Arf, arf?
is. I wish I could remember that whole script.
I think Five Nights at Freddy was pretty bad.
Well, then why did you started rewatching it the other day? He rewatched it. Then when it finally came online, he rewatched it.
It was online the same time it was in the theater.
Oh,
To be fair, he rewatches a lot of stuff to make sure that his
Right.
assessment is on point. I'll back him on that.
We did rewatch that Halloween Dies, just the part where he jerks
He
off.
nuts.
Nice.
Dude,
Cool.
it's like it's all worn out on the digital from that part.
There's
Like,
a screen burn.
Like when you had Pee-wee's Big Adventure on VHS, and it just becomes unwatchable during the claymation scene. But it's just during.
you didn't even have to
nuts.
say it. I knew.
Yeah, it's just during the part where Michael Myers nuts, and this is a world where I have it on VHS. I think it's a D tier. I like that it brought people out to theaters. I think like it pleased a certain fan base, made a shit ton of money. Wasn't a good movie, but I'll give it a D.
Oh,
Yeah, I also gave it a D. I was not amused during this one.
Five Nights at Freddy's sucked. It was an F.
well, you guys, I'm closer to the demographic and I relate to them more because I'm alpha. You know what? Alpha starts with an A.
You're not giving.
I'm giving this one an A tier.
But ARF ends with an F, so I had to go. He took the front part of the ARF. I took the back end of the ARF.
Yeah, give me the A. I give this one an A. I'd rewatch it right now.
I know you would.
Dylan likes his meme movies. What do we got?
Yeah.
It's not a meme. I'm being dead ass. Go on.
Well, it still gets a D.
B?
D
Aw, damn it.
for dumb.
Dumb as hell.
No, you guys
Dick's
are
the
good.
Musical, one of very few films I've seen twice in the theaters. One of my favorite movies of the year, S tier.
Really?
Yeah, easy.
I know.
What?
Won't shut up about it. Easy.
You keep asking me to find merch.
I want those goddamn.
Dude.
I want Whisper and Backpack Boglins
I
so
haven't even
bad.
seen a bootleg of it. It's
Crazy.
It's nuts. There
This
should be
movie
one.
doesn't exist, and it's like so weird to
Yeah,
me.
it's weird. I would have thought they got the online ceramics treatment.
Someone
Yeah,
to
for real.
do something.
Just like a
with it.
one-off toy.
I would like to know someone like mention that they've seen the goddamn movie, but whatever.
I gave it an A. It's still, even if you don't like it as much as Colin does, there's still some really funny stuff in it.
Dick's the Musical, stiff, hard, S.
Oh. I also give it an S.
Oh,
It doesn't get an S?
Really?
Yeah, I give it an S, dead ass.
Yeah, it gets an S.
Whoa! First S,
Congratulations,
Dicks.
It's a second. It's a second. S.
Wait, what's the first S?
When evil lurks.
Yeah, when it works. That was unanimous S.
Oh, that's
But
right.
he
Well, that
didn't
doesn't
see
count.
it. This is the first.
That
This is the
doesn't
first
count.
all.
Oh.
This is the first all 4 S.
Well, it wasn't a unanimous S.
No.
Yeah. Well, it still got an S.
It
so
got
it
an
counts.
S.
Hey, you know what?
And we
30
all
years from
voted.
now, that's what the history books are going to show.
Yeah.
Well, we have a unanimous S, another unanimous S coming up with Freelance with John Cena. Yeah, this is this is like the lowest rated movie on Rotten Tomatoes for a minute. It was bad, but I wouldn't say it's worthy of that. There's worse films that came out this year. It's a D tier though.
Yeah, it's totally a D. I'm mad at people who are rating it all hard. Like, why?
Yeah.
You know what it is. The problem is with what's her name? Alison Brie.
Okay.
She was not selling the fun factor of it, I think. But overall, it's John Cena shooting stuff. It's a D though.
John Cena does shoot stuff. That is
Yeah.
facts.
Did you see this?
Mhm.
Okay.
You didn't see it?
Nah, man.
I give this one a B tier because John Bina. Yeah.
So it lands at a C.
That's nice.
Inspector Sun, a weird movie about a bug detective.
Ugh.
I'm tempted to go.
That reaction was amazing.
I just remembered
I
what
know.
it was.
I'm tempted to go F.
Damn.
Yeah, it was really
Even for kids standards, huh?
Yeah, I mean Paw Patrol. What did I say for Paw Patrol? C for
C
children.
for children.
Yeah, this is F. I
Four.
think this is family for
For family.
fucking put something else on,
No.
like literally anything else. Yeah, I didn't like this one, even by kids' movie standards. It's an F. The remake of the Orient Express, stupid, bad voice acting from the lead at least.
Oh, that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, I give it a D. Just I don't know. I don't think I can be that offended by a kids movie because I don't know. There's bugs. Kids like bugs. It is wild. I like the communist undertones
Yes.
are pretty wild. So, you know, it's interesting and it's weird. It's a D though. Okay, we were the only ones who saw
Yeah.
this. Okay.
Okay.
It's a D?
So, or I guess we round down.
It's
right?
an F.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sad.
The Marsh King's Daughter. That was kind of okay. I think that was a C tier film.
I gave it a C also, very down the middle.
Yeah, this is a textbook C.
Give it a B. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, rounds down to C.
Still C. Sorry, Marsh.
Sorry, Daisy.
Daisy. That's her name. Sorry, Miss Ridley.
Divinity, another movie that not a soul has talked about that I was really moved by. I like this one a lot, calling it an A tier, and I really wish I could talk to another human being about it, but no one's seen this goddamn movie, and it's really great.
I also gave it an A, and I also wish that it had some more, I don't know, press. I would like to see it again also, so that because I was like, was it an S or was it an A? I kind of think that there's not enough story creatively to make it an S, but I would like to see it again, but I can't because it's nowhere. So it's an A.
I really, 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 really liked it, but because of the lack of story, I had to go B.
No, that's a miss from Dylan. An A. So are we at
A?
Yeah,
Okay.
because there's 2 A's.
What happens later? That's like that
Purgatory.
Huh?
Purgatory in the airport.
Oh, okay.
Meg Ryan?
Meg Ryan
directed?
and Scully or whatever.
Yeah.
Older.
That was
S?
I'm gonna have
Double S?
B?
I'm gonna be as
S?
this is the lowest the film should possibly be rated, which is a C. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
It's a cool movie. It's very weird. I kind of liked it, but I did just kind of like it.
I don't know why I am compelled to give this a B.
Because you like these kind of movies.
No. This
Once
let me
again.
tell you the weird thing about this. I almost didn't like this movie, and I was pretty bored. But it is just so strange.
It's so strange.
That you kind of have to. So it elevates it above like mostly bad, but some redeeming qualities. The thing that's the redeeming quality, or that you would say is the redeeming quality, is kind of the biggest portion of the movie. So it's not mostly bad. It's mostly redeeming quality, which I think puts it toward a B. It's very weird. It's very boring, but it's so weird.
And if you give the weirdness factor, it's like Meg Ryan doing all this shit.
Yeah, her directing is
So it's like
wild.
kind of
What?
even weirder. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's like,
okay.
why the fuck is she thinking about any of this? So it's like,
Okay.
it's like, holy shit, this movie
Now I
rocks.
have to see this movie.
This movie
because
rocks.
That angle. If I take that angle, I will watch this movie.
Because you're like, why the fuck is she doing this?
Yeah.
Just can't get over it. It's awesome. See, I was stuck between an A and an S.
I'm surprised you were stuck between. You were really into this.
I am really into this. That's why I'm like, do I give it great or was it excellent? I'll give it an S.
Right up there with the greats.
Yeah. The Godfather Part 2. What happens later?
So it lands at a B.
Nice.
Priscilla. I'm going to give this one a D for Del Rey, Lana. Because I don't think without that, whatever the fuck you call that mopey teenage girl aesthetic, I don't think this movie exists.
I didn't see it.
Pass.
I swore to God, I thought Priscilla started with a B because that's what I'm giving it.
Priscilla.
Yeah.
It's like prosciutto. Bruschetta.
That gives it a C overall.
What's Elvis's name? Presley.
Yeah.
Never mind. Priscilla Presley. I was like John Elvis. I was like, man, it's not the fucking name.
Hi, I'm
I was
Ryan.
like, what the fuck?
Oh,
is this?
I'm Ryan Elvis.
Dick's
I'm
the
the
Elvis.
king of rock and roll.
I was like, Priscilla Elvis. John Elvis.
Lil Richard, what's your real name? Steve.
Steve Richard.
I'm Ryan Elvis. The great cinematic universe they're building up.
The Elvis film.
Oh, speaking of cinematic universe, the Marvels, that for sure happened. Fucking B, dog. I don't care. I like these stupid ass
Fuck yeah,
movies.
dude.
You dumb bitch.
Fuck yeah.
Eat my fucking asshole. This is a fucking B.
Yeah.
I gave this film a B.
Okay.
It's
Hell
unironically,
yeah.
Yeah,
it is a fine
comic
movie.
books, it's sci-fi, it's fine.
Yeah, it's sci-fi. It's funny. It's it has sci-fi stuff in people.
Eat my asshole too. This is a B.
Yeah. Hey, I give this one a B as well, dude. This
All
is
right.
fucking sick.
Hell yeah. A unanimous B for Marvels. Once again, the highest rating this film is going to get anywhere else.
I had something different, but I'm inspired in the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you remember it. You're like, oh, that movie was fucking badass.
Yeah, when I saw your faces, I was like, wait, I remember this movie.
Yeah. They go to that planet where everyone sings or whatever. It was
yeah,
cool.
that was fucking cool.
I was
That
into
chick from Thor shows up for no good reason.
The cats are
cats
eating
are
people,
eating
then they have to
everyone.
throw them
Come
up
on.
in New York.
Yeah.
It was
That's
cool.
that is for
Yeah, that's a B.
yeah.
Yeah.
Come on. What are you getting? What are you too good? You too proud?
Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
you, dude.
Don't know how to have fun.
Yeah, fuck
All right.
you.
It's a wonderful knife. D.
Crazy.
I have this down as a C with an asterisk that I couldn't remember that much about it. I can't remember where the kill's kind of good. I just remember that it really fell apart at the end, but that I was kind of amused at the interesting premise of it. So I think I'm going to stick with the C.
This one aged better the more like I kind of like processed it in my brain and replayed it in my head and all that. Like the character design, even though it's basically Moon Knight, I'm just gonna go with a straight C.
I'd give it a B. I thought like the costuming was pretty cool and Justin Long was pretty sick in it. Had the veneers.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm gonna stick with a C, but that
it's a good fucking funny.
I can understand a B.
It's a
just
good
based
bit.
on Justin Long with the veneers.
Yeah, it's a good bit. Give him some stupid teeth.
So overall, it's a C.
Radical. I think this is just me and Justine, right? I was a how do I reach these kids kind of movie, but really well done, and I like this one a lot. This is an A-tier film.
Yeah, solid A. Just very movie, but I guess a little different than a Spielberg-y type movie. It's a little more nuanced, but I really enjoyed it, and like a great message and stuff. I felt really good after watching this movie.
Because he reached those kids.
He did, but I was like, I think I mentioned this like in the episode, like at the end of it, the way that I felt about Landscape, which is like, I am so glad cinema exists.
Yeah.
It was really good.
A beautiful.
Dylan, did you see that they announced a sequel for this movie?
Radical 2?
Gnarly.
I gotcha.
The Holdovers. This is not going to be pretty. I think it's a C tier. So I was between a B and a C, and I really had to think about it a long time. It probably deserves a B in and of itself, but I'm insulted at how badly they fumbled after establishing the tone, the acting, the look, and the visuals, and all that. They did all the hard work of the movie and forgot to write a fucking story. And the net is kind of a bit bloated for what it is. It's better than a C tier. But I'm just personally disappointed, and that's why I'm giving it a C tier. And it's also just not very fun to watch.
Yeah, I think I disliked this movie, but I was also kind of torn between a B and a C just for like the hard work that seemed like was put into
There's
some
work,
of
there's
it.
effort, there's talent.
So I think that we will even each other out with not knowing whether to make it a B or a C, and I gave it a B, so that works. I'm not sad with you giving it a C, thus.
Oh, sorry, my corduroy elbow patch just brushed up against the microphone. Yes, I'm obligated to give this one an A. I enjoyed it. I like the aesthetic. For me, I thought that was my favorite Paul Giamatti performance of all time. It's weird saying that, but I really like how he sunk his teeth in this one, so I'm going A.
Which one's better, this one or Lady in the Water?
Oh,
You haven't seen Shoot 'Em Up, so your opinion on Paul
Ooh,
Giamatti
that's
is
true. And you,
Really?
okay. You probably don't remember him as Pig Virus
I do remember him as
Come on
Pig Vomit. You mean?
or Pig Vomit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love him as Pig Vomit, but
All right.
but yeah, I don't know. I dug it for some reason. I'm gonna go A.
No, it's not a bad movie. I'm just being mean.
I understand your reason.
Yes, disappointed.
Yes.
The potential.
Yeah. And I remember you had an issue with like the patina of it. Like they kind of like, you know what I mean? Like it's like,
Well, no, the look of it was great.
that's what I mean is like they were manipulating people like me.
Yeah, it's
You know what I mean?
it's like, it's an old timey movie. It's like, no, those movies had plots, and this doesn't have that or character
Yeah.
arcs or anything like that. So I'm just being.
You put some film grain on it. I'm going to give it an A.
I'm being a little mean about a C tier, but I stand by it.
Dylan?
I sadly did not see it.
I liked Divine Joy, though. The
Oh
lady,
yeah.
lady.
Yeah, she has the one like great moment when she's like just bombed out at that party, and she's just they're kind of isolated in the room, and she just has like this kind of catharsis of sorts.
The person that has an arc.
Yes, that is and like that's kind of what storytelling is, and that's what they were missing in this.
Yeah. So it ends up being a B.
Okay. Anatomy of a Fall is an excellent film. I have no problem calling it S, but I'm gonna call it an A. If only I think like the courtroom stuff is just such. It's your game to lose. So winning something like that, which this film does immensely, is just a little less impressive, just because it's such a slam dunk kind of way to tell a story. But if you called this S, I would not be mad at you.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I also gave it an A. I think for me, it just kind of lacks that awe factor of some things that I would give an S in like its novelty or, something like that. But it is super solid A. I also wouldn't mind if somebody gave it an S. The acting is amazing. The story is pretty good. The script is superb. But yeah, I don't know. It just isn't, it's not that magical, I guess, which is why I would normally give an S, but it is a very high A, I would say.
Talk about a Wikipedia entry that the film elevates. Like I was saying, Ferrari is yes, you are getting information, but it's just something you could find with a few clicks on Wiki. Like this movie brings this story that is ultimately unremarkable or wouldn't be very interesting in and of itself, but like the way it's done, that's what you do with a retelling of a historical event, if you will.
It makes sense to me that all three of us teetered between A and S in the consideration. As a person that would wind down from these movies over the past year and a half by going home and putting on 48 hours, I'm going to put this in the S tier because, yeah, it's like you said, it's like a Wikipedia article, but it was executed so excellently. And it's one of those things, too, where I think if people see the high marks on this movie and go check it out, they might be inspired to watch more good movies. So
right.
Yeah. So let's go S.
Also a critically acclaimed movie that you're going to watch and be like, oh yeah, for sure.
It's worth it.
I can't imagine you being like, well, that was a piece of shit.
No,
I do not get the hype. I don't think anyone's ever saying that.
That would be, tough to do on that movie.
You were out on this one, right? Because it was in a foreign language.
No, it's because I was too busy.
It is mostly English.
Yeah, that's true.
It's also an A.
Thanksgiving, I would probably give it a C if I wasn't so fucking sick of these holiday movies. I'm sick of holiday exploitation. I don't like it. I'm taking you down a grade just for that. But I think it was a borderline passable slasher. Still calling it a D.
Name another one.
The Wonderful Knife, which we just did.
Name another one. And you just gave this
Violent
one.
Night.
And then Silent Night from this year.
Yeah, but those aren't slashers. Maybe Violent Night.
It's still exploitation. Anyways.
What is the one? Like Flag Day? What's the one that's like coming out?
Oh, yeah,
soon?
I think it's Flag
President's Day. Flag Day. One of those.
Pie Day.
Pie Day. I gave Thanksgiving a C. Yeah. It's not good, but it does have, it has death scenes. The cooking thing is kind of funny. That's about it.
I'm going to go F. Don't like it. Don't like Eli Roth.
I'm giving it a solid B. I thought the lady that gets cooked alive was cool. The guys were cool, like the kids. Mostly just that one kid and the lady. And
there was that Thrasher fool.
Which one?
The guy who
the
Sabbath guy,
the heavy metal guy.
That was a good moment. That was good representation.
Yeah.
I think.
Just being a freak.
Yeah,
that guy was cool. And he helped.
Yeah.
Overall,
he thought he was gonna be bad.
Yeah, and he's like, "No, guys, I'm cool." Anyway, B tier. That's it.
So it lands in a D.
All of us giving different scores. That's unusual. Next goal wins a D tier.
Yeah, agreed. There's not really that much else to say about it.
I guess in a technical, if C is some redeeming qualities, there were genuinely a couple laughs in this film.
But
Can't take that away.
Kind of a waste of time.
Not for what's his name? Tai-Ti? Not for Taika. Damn, who's Tai-Ti?
Isn't he that? Isn't Taddy the guy that got catfished? The football player?
Yes.
Okay.
Not Taika. He had just a lot of redeeming qualities for him. He was enjoying his time, realistically.
Yeah.
He was hanging out with him.
He was just chilling.
He was just there to.
He was big chilling.
Yeah,
in
they
his
gave
island.
Michael Mann a Ferrari. They gave Taika some time to hang out with some people he kind of likes.
Yeah.
This falls in the category of movies based on a true story that didn't need to be made. So by default, I have to give it an F.
Well, I have to, by default from that, I have to give this one a B, dude.
Yeah.
Because it's like, next skull gets a B. And I'm giving this one a B.
D overall.
Trolls band together. I'm at the C for children, but it was so fun. It's gotta. I hesitate giving it an A. It's a B. It is pretty good. B tier.
I give it an A.
I have no problems
Yeah,
with that.
it looks good. It's a good time. It is loud and obnoxious, but in a good way. I was pleasantly surprised.
I hesitate giving it anything but an A. This was pure cacophony in the best way in a movie theater. It was chaos. I had fun, and I don't know. It felt like the movie theater was on fire without it actually being on fire. It was great.
I got to give this one an A as well. The Del Taco that night was fucking bomb, and also those fucking noodle characters, those two singers,
Yeah.
fucking great.
They were cool. And all the character design was
Justin
great.
Timberlake fucking killed it.
This is make no mistake, this is a very, very good movie.
Yeah.
It's like shockingly good. Like, I mean, you could go in with like a preconception, but no, it's a banger.
Yeah.
It comes out to an A.
No qualms with that. Hunger Games, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
S.
Y'all.
Songbird S. Snakes S.
Who else saw? Did you guys see this?
Nah, just you two.
Nah, I didn't see
That
it.
is so sick.
We're
Excuse
the
me.
only
S,
ones
S.
saw this movie.
I can't believe y'all. Well, what do they call what's their word for it?
Cubby?
The Cubby? Y'all didn't follow the Cubbies around from all the different districts?
No, it's different
You know,
Y'all
just
messed
missed
up.
it. Just missed it.
scheduling.
I think it's streaming now. You should
Oh, yeah, y'all
really
can
make
get
sure
caught up.
to watch it.
work.
Y'all can get caught up with the whole Hunger Games franchise.
Yeah, I
with the
recommend starting
Paramount.
from the first one.
Bring your doggy bag with you. You might throw up from motion sickness because it's the most absurd use of shaky cam you'll
This
ever
one too?
see. Nope. This
Nope,
one just has great music.
This one is totally different. Definitely feels like it's totally something else, but it's equally bad. This is a D for me. Did you already say?
She had to get it out.
I have to give it a C.
S. See?
Oh my God, dude. I thought you didn't like it.
No,
No,
I'm
congrats. Hunger Games. You got a C out of college.
You
a-
ripped that movie for like an hour.
Yeah,
No,
I wasn't expecting anything less than a D, honestly,
for
but a
real.
C from
I'm
college.
a hungry hippo. I love these
populist.
movies. That's what they call the fans.
Well, you know
right?
what's crazy? He started reading the books.
Yeah, I love those. Oh, The Girl on Fire is a life-changing experience.
Oh, that's what I'm sitting on. I was like, is this a new chair? No, it's a stack of Hunger Games
I
books.
put them under the table. I want them to be uneven so that I want the comfort of the chair back, and thus I'll have to read them faster. So I stack them under the furniture for that reason. Yeah, I don't know. This was I kind of like. This.
fucking
Remember when
weirdo,
this
dude.
movie went on and then at some point it became another movie, but it kept going?
I remember all those fucking Mumford and Sons songs in
Oh
it.
my God. Why?
I remember going to like a 10 o'clock showing and getting out at like 3 in the morning for fucking what? No, this was cool as shit. It had like some crazy creatures in it.
Where?
I don't know. Like, he puts. Oh, bro, that was so sick.
Oh, snakes.
When he puts the snake, rubs this lady's scent
Spoilers.
on a note and then gives it to the snakes so the snakes don't eat her because they're familiar with her because of one note. Bro, this movie was sick.
It comes out to a D.
Napoleon. Divisive. I really liked this stupid fucking movie for no reason that anyone was going to understand. I will stand alone. I don't care. It's an A tier.
It's a C. Mostly bad. Some redeeming qualities. I guess like the clothes.
I didn't see it, but this is an aside. There is an Instagram account called _AI cop, and they figured out that the movie poster for this, the artist commissioned to do the poster, just turned it into AI and
that's so
built
sick.
the studio, which is amazing.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember my Napoleon take, and I don't. But I give this one a B because it's pretty good.
Then it's a B.
Saltburn was fun, if a little flawed. I'm putting it at B tier. Shout out to that little creep, though. We all like that little creep.
We all like that little creep. And he was really good in this. And I thought this movie was surprisingly good. I gave it an A. It was a fun time and it was weird.
I'm going to go C for cum.
I'm going to go A for fucking the ground. That was fucking cool.
I forgot.
Yeah. In the rain, dude.
In the rain.
Awesome.
It was romantic.
So it comes out to a B.
That's good.
Wish, the prequel to the Disneyverse.
Actually true.
It's a D, but is it an F?
Oh, you're not going to go C?
No, fuck no. The music was so bad. The
Well, go
goat
D
was
for Disneyverse.
the goat was cute. It deserves an F, but I'm going to give it a D.
For Disney.
It was just so bland and forgettable. I can just call it a D. It wasn't offensively bad.
Yeah, I was kind of torn between a C and a D also, which is really sad.
Of course.
I ultimately ended up giving it a C because it's still pretty kiddie. And I like the goat. I like the star. The star is cute. And I think I like a couple of the songs.
Did you see it? No. I was stuck between a B and a C. And then I thought about the songs. They were good, you know. They don't know what they're fucking with. Because he's like, I give you guys rent money and you're fucking pissing me off. That's pretty cool. And you get to see an early rendition of Peter Pan and
Wendy
and the Brother Bear and all this stuff. So I had to give it a B. All right. Animation was okay. Chris Pine sings.
And
So
there's
true.
a little
Yeah.
mouse.
Huh?
Okay, the little mouse was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it gets a C.
Nice.
Too kind. We're too kind. Godzilla -1. Another one. I got a zig while they're zagging on this one. I will go with C for contrarian.
I'm giving it a B. Again, I thought that the like human story was fine. I don't know. It was fine. It was a B.
You can't go S because Shin Godzilla is S. So I'll go A, but only because I'm like a Godzilla fan. So of course I'm gonna give it an A.
I'll give it an A for the human story and the way Godzilla looks. Like the visual effects that happens in there were pretty cool. And it would have been an S if that one lady stayed dead the entire movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, they saccharined it up
yeah.
at the end.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
Because it's like, oh, he sacrificed his life for nothing.
Yeah.
What's the grand total here?
A B.
That's a lot of fish. Godzilla, the 2000 OG.
Dream Scenario with Nicolas Cage is another movie that they did a lot of hard work on and establishing and forgot to write a fucking story. Some cool visuals as expected. C. Good Nicolas Cage freakouts, obviously. C for Cage.
Yeah, that's valid. A C for Cage. Funny premise, more like a 5-minute sketch than a movie. But there were a couple of funny things.
It's not a slog to get through by any means. I
Yeah.
wouldn't be mad at a B rating for it, but it's a C for
I
me.
would probably be mad at a B rating for it.
You gotta be careful with a lot of movies, especially like A24 movies, because like people that have never seen it try to tell you how amazing it is, and so for months, like there's not even like advanced screeners available. People are like, "This is going to be the greatest Nicolas Cage movie you have ever seen." I'd be like, "When did you see it?" Like, "Oh, I haven't, but I've just been reading about it." It's like, well, what are they writing it based on? They're like, well, it's just early screenings and I'm like, well, who saw it? You know, nobody could say that they saw it.
Not to mention, like, we're past the point of being like, oh, Nicolas Cage, the guy that makes shitty movies, right? It's like, no, he's got the fucking credentials under his belt. We know he'll hand in some schlock when he's up for it, but
when he checks in,
obviously he can make good fucking movies.
And I did enjoy it, but it sucks because it was just so overhyped that there's no way it could meet the expectations that I went to it with, and I wish people wouldn't have told me about it. So I'll land on a B because I would watch it again.
I would also give it a B. I would relate. I thought it was good. I got the story out of it, unlike some people.
It's not get the story, it's just they didn't write it. It's like they had a scenario. Wouldn't it be a trip if this happened? Yes. Okay, and then what? We'll start filming and figure it out later.
No,
Fix it in post.
So
Drops
it
to
comes
C,
down
right?
to a C.
Yeah.
Silent Night. I'm so excited for this one. Jeez, I might have to sleep in the doghouse tonight.
S?
No.
For silent?
There's part of me, I just thought it was so gross. I'm like tempted to give it a C.
Oh, I thought you were going to.
I was going to say, like, I listened because I didn't see it, but I heard you two bury this thing for like.
I know, it's so
half an
atrocious,
hour.
but it's that kind of gross, like, it's a very, like, like shoot 'em up or something. It's so.
Right.
But it takes so long to get there. It's padded
Right.
out. I'll put it at a comfortable D. I'm not going to overstay my welcome here.
Sorry.
This is my first F of the night. It is so bad. It's not even like fun. Like making fun of it. It just makes me hate it more. It's not like the joyful kind of making fun of it where you're like, that was so stupid. This is like, that was so stupid.
Wow.
So it's
stupid.
like, yeah, it's funny, but like in an angering way. It's an F.
I'm really excited. This will be our teaser for the next episode. Is what makes the bottom tier list.
Haters Ball?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a forerunner for Justine's most hated film of the year, and I think that's really amusing.
I've never heard that sentence in my life before, but I love it. Making fun of it makes me hate it more.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Bad.
I was thinking about giving it an S tier. Colin,
This is kind of a Dylan movie. It's really over the top and violent, but there's also a lot of bullshit around that.
yeah, I will admit there is some BS around it. Sorry, I don't curse.
Curse on this episode.
Nah. Well, I was quoting Wish. It wasn't me. That's different.
I was
Quoting the movie Wish. They say that. Chris Pine says that.
Don't you fuck around with me. I pay your rent.
Yeah, that's what he says.
That's the quote from the
It's
movie.
part of the song. That's the verse. Or maybe the chorus.
All is forgiven.
Yeah, see, it's not like I'm cursing. I'm quoting.
I like that paying the rent is a very important part of that film.
That's what they say. And then I was like, I'm happy there's no lines. Because I don't need to hear anything. I don't fucking care. Just show me funny stuff.
Oh, man.
And then, what's it called? Comes on.
Prayers.
Prayers.
Oh, that one. Okay.
And then they make it so much better. But for all that was happening in the film, overall, Colin, this may be a surprise to you. I have to give this one a B.
Okay.
Yeah, a respectable. I can't wait for the future. B. The future of like just funny films. Like I want Punisher to come out already.
Yes, please.
For the love of God, doesn't have to be John Woo. Just make a fucking Punisher movie.
We're never beating Warzone.
No,
we're
you
never
can't-
ever gonna get
Yeah,
a
don't
Punisher
give
movie
me
as
the
good as that.
fucking like the stupid military bro, cop bro Punisher. Give me like the guy is fucked up.
Yeah, the Warren
And
Ellis
doesn't
run.
care about like other people's lives.
We're never getting a Warzone again, bro. It's
doesn't
over.
care
It's
about
done.
drug dealers' lives. He'll
The
just take
definitive
them out.
Punisher has been written.
No questions.
It ends up at a D.
Okay. Okay, Miss Justine, Mr. NWA, you say that you like weird, strange movies, peculiar films, strange things. What did you think of The Shift?
You go.
Me, D. This is a fucking. If you're gonna say this is just a weird movie, this is the second weirdest movie I've seen this quarter. The first probably being the other Bible movie we saw. But a sci-fi multiverse Jesus movie is fucking nuts.
Yeah, I give it an F. On paper, that sounds funny, but it is so poorly done.
Yeah, of course.
It makes no sense. Like, it's just bad. It's badly done.
Yeah.
It's only weird because it's like,
So Jesus-y.
yeah.
Yeah. But that's what makes it, well,
Yeah. As a movie, watching the movie, it's not weird. It's just confused.
it's very fucking weird. Confusion is a part of weirdness.
No. So, what is it? It's an F.
Eileen, that was, oh, yeah.
Anne Hathaway and that one chick. in
Right,
Boston.
right. Okay, I'll give it a C, but it's a D.
But you'll give it a C?
It deserves a D, but it was like they weren't completely pissing on my leg and telling me it's raining. It wasn't total bullshit.
No, that's what they were doing. That's
They
what
were pissing.
doing.
They were pissing on my leg. Okay.
Yes, they were.
Well, because it's fucking snowing. And you have to stay warm.
Yeah. Again,
In the
it's a
50s, it's cold out.
there was a twist. The twist got me. It's a C, but it's a fucking really bitter C. I'm not mad at a D rating.
Well, good, because I gave it a D. It was not what I was expecting, and then it's like not what you want. It's not good. I'm sorry. And it's a D.
I remember really liking the twist when it happened because I think it needed something at that point. And you know what? In the spirit of Dylan, I'm going to give it a B.
Oh, Eileen
What's her last name?
Dover. Anne Hathaway killed it. She's just sharpening her acting chops. You know, that other girl, I'm sure she had a fun time. The dad, fine. The lady that got twisted on, it's fine too. I would have to give it a B for Boston. Yeah.
It ends up being a C. Are you serious?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
The Boy and the Heron, phenomenal animated film, A tier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Not much else to say.
No, beautiful looking. The voice acting was great. I'm between this one and Inventor for best animated film of the year. Yeah. Hey, what did I say about Martin Scorsese? He's what?
And a director?
Well, so is Miyazaki. That's it.
I still need to see this, so we'll toss to the gentleman who's actually been to Studio Ghibli, Dylan.
Hello. I would have to give this, surprisingly, Colin. You sitting down?
I'm sitting down, dog.
Giving this one an A as well.
Of course.
Yes.
So it's an A all around.
A documentary that, again, I wish more people saw. The Disappearance of Cher Height. A tier. This is like everything that a great documentary should be. Technique, story, subject matter, etc. Phenomenal. Probably the best documentary I've seen all year, and I probably haven't seen more than 3 in the theaters. But still counts.
Yeah, an A. A really surprising documentary too, because there's so much material that they could use in it. So it's a really interesting piece of filmmaking and a really interesting story, and I really enjoyed it. Really well done. It's an A.
Yeah, in order to go S tier on a documentary, you got to break a lot of new ground. This doesn't necessarily break a lot of new ground, but it is awesome to watch. Great experience. I'm also going with an A.
Dylan didn't see it, so it is a unanimous A from those of us who saw it.
The Oath, our only LDS funded Mormon film, as directed by a January 6th participant. I said the shift was strange. Let me tell you, this wacky ass movie. I'm so tempted to go see because it's so fucking odd, but I'll put it at a D. If you watch Hercules and Xena episodes and you're like, you know what, way too good, way too high quality. There's a movie called The Oath, and it waits for you to watch it. Yeah, D tier.
I did not see it.
I'll raise your D tier and make it a C tier. There was a lot of redeeming qualities in terms of the reveal that this was a LDS
Twist.
Because I didn't know. I thought this was
What weird Old Testament story is this? Oh wait, they really are in America. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, this takes place in New York, right?
Yeah, like upstate.
like 1954 or something. It was fucking weird, man.
So weird.
It was like, the fuck is happening? And that's what makes it some redeemable quality. I would be tempted to go lower because of the man's past mistakes.
But then you think
the
of the
movie-
lens flare and the shine that are on the Mormon tablets every time they show them.
Yes.
Reminder.
So
Even when they're inside a cave.
I have to separate the art from the artist on this one. I still have to give this one a C.
C for CrossFit.
Yeah, well, he does do a lot of CrossFit in that film. It was sick. He does pull-ups. That was just the coolest part, is when he's just doing pull-ups. And it's
No,
like,
it was his bear.
Oh, and the little
was
baby
really
bear
good.
shows
The
up?
stock footage of
that
the
was
baby
really
bear.
cool.
So a D.
Wonka. I'm giving a D to. This is a true soulless slop.
I also agree that it was soulless, but in the way that like a kid's movie could be. I don't know. I think kids like this sort of stuff. And again, I think I liked one of the songs. Oh, the Scrub song. So I gave it a C. Some redeeming qualities.
Probably won't rewatch this movie, but damn if I didn't have a great time in the movie theater watching it. So I'll give it a B.
Oh, shit, dude. I gotta give it an A for Wonka. Because, that movie was fucking sick. It really, did different things like that normal movies don't do. And, it's fucking amazing, you know what I'm saying? Visually it was sick. Story was good. That's all I got.
You get to C.
Okay.
That's probably right.
Right. Poor Things. Might be recency bias, but I think it's an S tier. And probably a combination of recency bias and it coming out in a fucking desert of like quality.
Yeah, that week was rough.
You watch Wonka and then you watch Poor Things, and it's just like, yeah, that's the best movie ever made. Yeah, I'm gonna put that. I'll put it at S.
I'm gonna put it at S also. I just like, again, with the S prime in mind, it's an S.
Yeah, when I was watching this, I was like, this is giving me more than Boss Baby vibes. So I'm going S. It was inventive. It was a nice surprise. I didn't know what to expect. I was kind of like, actually, I was expecting, I forget what movie we saw. God, it was Emily last year. I thought it'd be like
that's
Emily.
A real dour, boring.
Based on the
Okay.
artwork of what was in our theater. I was like, oh, it's another Emily movie. Then I went and I went, oh, hello. This is kind of noir-y. And then the color just like exploded out.
Yeah.
This might be my favorite movie all year. We'll talk about it next week.
I'm not mad at that pick, but it is a very good movie.
Strong S.
Congrats, Poor Things. The unanimous S vote.
There we go.
The unanimous S
All
vote.
4 masters give it an S.
Poor Emma, come on down.
Come on, take it. There you go.
We did Poor Things. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Speaking of high quality, amazing, unanimous S tier films, I'll give it a C for the C.
I also gave it a C.
For the C
Yeah, for the C.
or C Master.
Ocean Master.
Master.
God.
I'm sorry.
Read a comic sometime.
Well, Ocean has a C in it, so.
Well, Dylan, I did not see it.
Oh, so you give it an A. Because I am also giving it an A for Agua.
Also, don't trick her.
No,
Agua,
I'm saying you
man.
say give
For
it
Juan.
an A. James Wan.
Juan.
What if his name was all A? That'd be sick. Like
I think he's got that Night Shift movie drop or Night Swim.
Night Shift.
Bro,
That's already out, right?
Yeah, that's
I'm
this week.
gonna watch that fucking movie.
I'm scared. I'm waiting for it streaming.
You know, we watched a movie when we were out of town. We watched that American Fiction movie.
What's that?
It's like you'd probably recognize the trailer if you saw it.
Or the poster.
Yeah, it's like this author the trailer made it look like a movie where like this black author wasn't like getting enough juice because his stuff wasn't black enough.
Yeah.
So he just writes this hacky like, what y'all's be saying about me and my hood, like that kind of stuff, and then gets like way too famous and then has to like make a fake name for himself as a pseudonym and pretend to be like a fugitive author and stuff. I don't know. Really good movie though. Anyways.
All right.
Yeah, so we be watching movies.
All right.
I'm gonna watch fucking Night Swim. I don't give a shit. James Wan is a genius. What is it? Wait, what does that put?
It's true. Gives it
Aquaman
an
gets
S.
Aquaman gets a B.
Okay.
Or
Each.
Black Manta.
Black Adam.
You really gave it? Oh, never mind.
I gave
I don't know
it
why
an A for
I don't know why I'm playing this fucking game with you.
I'll give you dead ass
Anyone
today.
but you was very bad. I wouldn't call it an F. It's a D.
Yeah, you said I like these movies. This is
An S.
No, this is a D. This is a terrible movie. It's not like super offensive.
Well, it has crude humor. That's where you clock out. Is if they're naughty and crude, like that Jennifer Lawrence movie that was
That
out.
was just bad.
It was bad, and this was bad too. But this was
This
bad
was
in a way that made that
worse.
other
Did
movie.
I give that one an F?
I don't know, but this movie made that movie look much better.
No, no, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't. This is a D. Wait, what did you say?
I said D.
Okay.
I'm going to go F because the only way to use Sydney Sweeney in a movie is like in Night Teeth. You know, maybe like 2 minutes of screen time and she's out. So when she's got to carry a movie, F.
I didn't see it, but I'll give it an S.
What does that put it at?
Well, that gives it a D.
Okay, wrestling fans, how do you like the Iron Claw?
Yeah, I got to give this one an F too because it's based on a true story where you can get better documentaries on it.
I'll give it an A just for the dramatization alone. I mean, like, gotta think about all the actors putting their shit on the line, bro, body-wise. The bear guy's gonna get ripped for what? He has to go get skinny again to play the bear again. That's a fucking A.
Get ripped for what is like the best.
Well, he got
Lil
ripped
Jon
for the
song.
role, then he has to lose, unless he wants to be fucking jacked for the bear, because he's white as fuck in that movie.
If you're 5'5", it's easy to get jacked. Just saying. You got to be able to see over the top rope for me to buy you as a Von Erich.
So it evens out to a C.
I'll give it an A. An S? What does that mean?
Well, don't get too ahead of yourself, Dylan, because you hold the next movie's fate in your hands solely, which is Migration.
Ooh, the one about the ducks
Yeah.
going to Jamaica, where Keegan Michael Key comes out and does a Jamaican accent, and Aquafina's in it. I have to give this one an A.
I want to see it.
Unanimous A. Congrats.
Boys on the Boat is a B tier. It's a movie.
B for boy, B for boat, B.
B.
Really gave it an A. I really liked it.
This is a movie for
I know
sure.
I didn't really say much about it, but I did enjoy it. The fact that the kid got sick.
Yeah.
What
Still
the
pulled
fuck,
it
man?
together.
And then he won.
You thought he was going to die.
I thought he was going to throw up on the guy screaming at him.
Ew.
But then he was like, stop fucking, come on, bro.
Let me sing to you.
Oh yeah, that's sick.
Boston, we're the best, and or whatever, we're from Washington. And then they started doing the thing. Shit was sick.
It comes out to a B.
Nice.
And Ferrari, I have to say true to my word. I gave Priscilla a D. I'm going to give this movie a D.
S? Oh.
Good. It should be a C, I guess. Maybe it's a C. No, objectively it's a D, but I liked it a C worth of a film. But I would say objectively, if I'm going to be fair and take my personal bias out as an old guy, it's a D.
Listen, as a white man with a lot of money,
Maybe it's a C.
gonna give this one a D.
No, it's a D. It's a D. Fuck goddamn commercials
That's
running
true.
as films. No, you're not going to get me on this one. It's a D.
Just kidding.
Respect to Michael Mann, though. He deserves that Ferrari that he got for sure for making this movie.
You think he's never gotten one beforehand?
No, I'm sure he's got a lot,
for
but he gets a
real, dude.
better
Oh,
one.
he just get a free one. For
He gets
free.
a crazy higher quality one, like the exclusive. He gets like a player exclusive.
Like from the movie, you think?
No, like from the fucking company. They're like, hey.
No, I know,
we're
but
gonna
I'm
get
saying
you
like a
good one.
50s model.
He's gonna get some dang. He's not doing this shit for fun. He's not shooting a goddamn commercial for fun. Got a Ferrari.
Think Adam Driver got a Ferrari?
No.
Okay.
He got a paycheck.
What?
He had to see. They said he had to sit in fucking makeup for 2 hours every day.
To do that.
Yeah, because his
Yeah.
fucking head was huge.
The walk of the Bible. Oh, it was stressful.
They had to fuck up the neck.
Yeah, but
And his forehead was wider or bigger than
And they had to
normal.
put on like the little like spots.
2
Yeah.
hours.
The
a day.
spots.
2 hours.
Shit,
a
rubber
day.
latex is.
He doesn't even look like him.
Yeah.
Hey, for real? Hey, 2 hours ain't shit for makeup. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
it's not. But he
Yeah.
doesn't even look like him.
Yeah.
They really didn't have to do that.
So how many days would this take to shoot?
I could see a solid, like Adam Driver specifically.
Yeah.
I could see a solid week.
Yeah.
He takes up a lot of screen time, but it's just like
In the
He's in
same-
one
Hey.
location a lot.
Yeah.
This is like one take Jake. You can
yeah,
just be like,
you
hey,
got it, my
just-
kid. I love you, but I hate you. But my kid, hey.
I think the longest take was when he's in the beginning on the racetrack because he had to wait for the sun to go down.
Did he like in the very beginning when it's in black and white and he makes like the DreamWorks face at the camera?
That looked really bad.
Yeah, hey.
Sick, honestly.
It's so sick. I don't know the DreamWorks face. He makes the DreamWorks face at the camera. It's in like black and white stock footage. Hey, I raced the car.
It doesn't play as well in audio, but it's funny. It's a C. I did not like it, but I did like the parts where they're racing and the cars.
I'm gonna apply the Godzilla standards that I have to this one. Be like, oh, the movie's called Ferrari. Was there Ferraris in it? Oh yeah, A.
Damn, you give this an A?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it an A. I don't know why. It's just what's on my paper. So
Oh, that's crazy.
I'm gonna go with it. It's just irrational. Like my ratings today, completely irrational.
This may be the only time where I'm under you because I give it a B. Oh, God.
But it doesn't matter. It's gonna get dragged to hell.
Hey, that's fine. Or I guess that sucks, but
No, it gets a C.
oh. Well,
Or commercial.
Yeah.
And lastly, Color Purple, I'm going to be mean and say D.
Well, that was incorrect because it's a B.
yeah, tell him.
No, it's correct. It's a D.
Oh, no. Justine?
Well, you're sexist and you're racist.
Yes, I am. And
Finally.
still a D.
Finally.
I'm giving this B as well.
Yeah, see? They don't understand cinema, Dylan.
Yeah, see, they don't get cinema, they don't understand musicals.
Yeah. You don't like music and you don't like movies. I
No,
don't
'cause
know
I
why
wanted
you're
to come
doing
out
this
as a-
podcast.
I want it to come out as a C, so this will ensure that it's going to be a C. Watch.
So it's a C.
A. I want to watch that fucking musical, the real one, Broadway. Let's go. Let's go to Broadway.
Yeah. How come we
How
never
far
been
is
to
that from
I
here?
feel like I'd be uncomfortable watching a musical. There's something kind of awkward.
You've never seen a musical?
Like a live musical?
Yeah, I don't know. A play where they
Yeah.
do music. I've seen like opera, which is technically a musical.
No, but I know what you mean.
You've seen opera?
Yeah.
Where?
The fucking highbrow,
That's
high
what you're-
class, smart society.
Ever been there?
The owl, the night owl community, whatever. it's
Yeah, we
called.
all put on masks after, and you've seen Eyes Wide Shut. You know what goes down.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I've ever seen it like, what do you do when you're out on the street and the guy's over there and the thing is here? We've all got stuff and we're selling newspapers today.
I've
Like
never
that
seen
kind of musical.
professional.
You've seen Newsies?
I don't know. I mean, what other like musical is this? Like,
I don't know, Oliver Twist or something.
I'm a sad lady, but I'm washing the clothes and I'm doing the dishes and I'm scrubbing the floors. We're maids, maids, maids. We all are maids.
What about Book of Mormon?
I've never seen Book of Mormon.
Okay. Yeah, that's like one that a lot of people have seen.
Yeah.
In person?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never-
It's almost grossed $1 billion to date.
I've seen musical high schools,
Yeah, high school.
but I've never
community
seen one like
college.
I went out of my way to see a play.
I'd fucking love to watch
seen a
Cats.
bunch.
I'd love to watch Cats
Oh, I would
live.
love to see.
Oh, I
Cats.
saw it in
I would love
London.
to see any rendition of Cats anywhere in the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
At any time.
I'll co-sign that.
Any local theaters out there?
I'm
Make
sure
one.
there's
Cats
like
would
a
be
high school doing it next year.
I would love to watch
Were
it.
they?
No, I mean it'd be a little weird, but I
I
like
know.
to see it. The high school kids, anyway.
I just feel like I'd get embarrassed for the people on stage.
Really?
Yeah.
They love it though. They eat it up.
I
Yeah, they
know.
don't give a
it's-
shit.
I mean, I've hung out with like theater kids. They're like,
Yeah.
it's like uncomfortable to me. It's like genuinely like I can just imagine I'm watching like an Andrew Lloyd Webber performance. I'm just like going cringe. You're being cringe right now. I don't think I could like take myself out of it enough to. I would feel what's a secondhand embarrassment. There's something embarrassing about getting up and doing all that. No, I don't know. I
But
don't-
what if it had like like a Dix the Musical edge to it? Would you?
well,
be
that's
like,
where. Well,
What if it had like distorted guitars, like drums?
okay, like there's music I like. I mean, I love Rocky Horror. I like Hedwig and the Angry Inch. Like I like Little Shop of Horrors. I like musicals, but I think if I was in a room with someone singing at me, I would feel secondhand embarrassment. But that's just me. I mean, plays in general
Yeah.
is fine. I'm too deeply cynical to be in a room with someone
Yeah.
performing. It'd make me uncomfortable.
That's awesome.
I think. Anyways, that's all we got for today. Next week, the big week. You ready for this? We're not talking about any movies. We're talking about all the movies. It's our big awards ceremony. We're gonna give out our awards to the best of everything. Our own little version of the Oscars. And so tune in to that next week. Thanks for listening, everyone. Peace.